chat room. How are we doing today, guys? Oh, Sparta's here. Sparta's on my lap. She's here to hang out. Got a couple dudes in chat. Happy to see y'all. All right, I need 2 seconds to get everything situated, and then we'll be hot to trot here. I am putting away the keyboard. Bringing out the scarf. And bringing out the scarf, I said. You guys can't see what's going on, so that wasn't even funny to you. I don't know why I did that. I don't know. Okay, sick. For a minute, I couldn't find the hook that I was using to crochet this scarf, and I know it's the only one that I have that's 6 millimeters, and it was very scary for a moment, but we're good, it turns out. Early, I get to actually watch. I think this is how Fridays are gonna go from here on out, that we are going to be early on Fridays so that we can raid Josiah when he does his mini painting stream. Because he does those on Fridays. Okay. I have coffee. I have water. We're pretty well hot to trot here. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the music. There's 20 seconds left of this song. Let me take a drink of coffee. God, I love coffee. Any Canadians in chat right now? Are there any Canadians in my chat room? Okay, pausing. And hi, everyone. I don't look that nice today. My outfit is cute as hell, but we're not going to do like a coffee chat or anything because I don't want to scare everybody away. I am not looking my best. I fell down the fucking stairs yesterday. I keep falling down my stairs and crushing my spine, and I'm in so much fucking pain. It sucks. It just fucking sucks. Yes, there is a Canadian. Have you ever had a half moon? Smallville fan. The Vashon half moon cakes. I fell again? Yes, I fell again. Fanatical Fibers, you quit it. You sweet face. It's good to see you. How are you? Hi, Hacksmat. I just keep falling down my fucking stairs, and I am so terrified that I am doing like permanent damage to my spine. That makes me think of that one Family Guy episode. Honestly, I haven't watched Family Guy since I was like a teenager. Doxy, who's the Mortal Kombat villain guy who is like ruler and is giant and has a big hammer? He's a boss at one point, but you can also play him. Bruh, I'm the wrongest person to ask. I played the fuck out of like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and stuff, but they all bleed together for me. Like I remember the super standouts like Blanca and Scorpion. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess this guy sounds like he really stands out. Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn, these nuts. That's so funny. That's so funny. God damn it, Matt. That is so fucking funny. I just watched the Fish Sticks episode of South Park with the gay fish and Kanye West. It has the same fucking energy. Holy shit, that's so funny. Anyway, any Canadians that are in chat that have access to half moon cakes, Vashon half moon cakes, dip them in coffee. It is an elevated experience. You will not regret it. I discovered it today. It's sending so many kisses out into the universe. You watched Jackass Forever? It was good. Oh, I'm so excited to watch it. Those boys are idiots, but I just love them. I love them. They're funny. Their antics are wild. I am into it. I'm very excited to see it. Watching the trailer made me feel all kinds of crazy emotions. Anyway, are we all ready? Can I get just 3 readies in chat if we're ready to go forward with this trial and all that good shit? Hell yeah. Thank you, Zombie Broccoli. It's a circle slouch. Whenever somebody does, hi, Linneas Caval, it's so good to see you. If somebody redeems stretch, you'll for sure see the whole thing. It's a circle. It's a circle that has just armholes cut in it. And then it like, oh, I love it so much. I love this fucking thing. It's so cute. And it makes me look thin, which I really like. I mean, I am thin. I am thin, but like it's very flattering is what I'm looking for. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and get this trial rocking. We are just going to skip right past Eggman here. I love him. I wish I could remember his name. He's a nice boy. I would be so psyched if we could finish this scarf today, but I don't foresee that happening. We still have like a quarter of this skein and a whole other afterwards. Subtitles English, playback speed. Let's go to 2 until it catches up. It's so hard to click in the right spot, but we should be getting back to trial any second here. Dr. Robotnik, he's Dr. Eggman now.
State calls Lisa Marie.
I love the name Dr. Robotnik. I understand, though, with the, like, whole anti-Russian sentiments, how fucking weirdly appropriate now, hey? But, the anti-Russian sentiments that happened in, like, the 80s and 90s, I can understand why they changed it.
Good afternoon. If you can do so comfortably and responsibly, we would appreciate testimony without a mask on for purposes of a witness. Thank you so much.
Half Moon was so
Go right
good.
ahead, Attorney Raymond.
BRB, gotta go to Dollar Tree. Have a good one.
State your first and last name for the record and spell both.
Dollar Tree.
Yes. Lisa, Lisa. Last name is Murray, Murray.
Hi,
And Miss Murray, where did you live in July of 2021?
At 4593 Oak Springs Circle in DeForest.
Gonna lurk? Okay, we'll be here.
And you have kind of an interesting history with the 4595 Oak Springs Circle address. What is that history?
The 4595 Oak Springs addresser, the Halderson home, used to be my mother's home. She purchased the home in 1982, lived there until she passed away in 2009. I lived there for 2 or 3 years, and then I owned the vacant lot next door and built a new house right next door.
Okay. So fair to say you're very familiar with the neighborhood and with that home in particular.
Correct.
Did you know Bart and Krista Halderson?
I did.
How did you know them?
Being neighbors, just cordial, in the yard, how are you? Just chit chat.
Were you familiar with Chandler Halderson?
I had met Chandler maybe
Caval.
once or twice.
Chandler is a
So you knew who
parents
he was,
murderer.
but not
Essentially,
any particular intimate knowledge.
this is his
Correct.
trial. He's already
Did you,
been found
though,
guilty.
have a
This is-
conversation with Chandler
he
Halderson
only got,
on July 8th of
sentenced a
2021?
week ago.
Yes, the morning of July 8th, about roughly 8:30 in the morning.
I'm hoping that we get done in time for
Somebody
the
rang our doorbell.
cruise trial.
I answered the door
for the
and then
Parkland
called
shootings.
Jay, and Chandler was at the door and had just said, "Hi, I'm Chandler from next door," and we just said, "We're sorry about your mom and dad," and he said, "Yeah, weird," And I think the next thing he said is he was looking for help, so he was looking to see if we had seen anything, if we had surveillance cameras or Ring doorbell. I responded no, that we did not have a Ring doorbell, and then I think, I think we kind of started asking maybe a little bit of questions.
What'd you ask?
Well, I know Jay asked, are you the one with the neck brace? Because we had heard that one of the kids had fallen and had a neck brace. And Jay had just mentioned, is that you or your brother? And he goes, no, it's me. And Jay said, do you need to wear that? And he responded, no. And then he explained a bit about his parents, that somebody had picked him up, and he wasn't quite sure who had picked him up. And I guess it was unusual because we started asking questions and said, well, wouldn't that other couple be missing?
What, if anything, did Chandler say to that?
He said, no, not necessarily. He said that other couple might have been going on to their next trip or continued on with their trip. And Jay had said, wouldn't they need to bring your parents back?
Yeah, it's Friday.
Did
We
Chandler
want to
have any
raid
response to that?
Josiah for his mini painting
Didn't
stream later.
have a response.
So
he just
today we're early.
was maybe
On Fridays
an
from here on
awkward
out.
silence and just said, I don't
I used to just
understand.
take Fridays off. but
My
now we
dad
do
always
early
drives.
Also, I launched my Patreon, guys. I launched my Patreon this morning. If anybody,
How did that
I know a few
conversation
people
end?
have been asking about it.
I
So
think it
if
had just become
anybody is interested in taking a look
uncomfortable
at it,
for
patreon.com/ZER0DOXY.
And after that, it was more, he just kind of turned around. I'm sorry, I did miss one part early on when he was asking about if we had surveillance. We said no, but we do know that other people down the street have high security system, or we also know the people that have Ring doorbells. I'm sorry, I missed that part, so.
That's okay.
But how it ended was he just kind of turned around and walked
Looking
off the
for
front
my
porch.
nose ring. I
Went
know
down
I have
to
a
the end of the
nose ring on my
driveway
desk
and
somewhere.
looked left, looked
And-
right, and
A nose ring
and
came
just
out
started walking down the street to the
in
left.
the middle of the night while I was sleeping last night.
Miss Murray, I'm going to approach you and have you look at what has been marked as Exhibit 54.
Just remembered. Fuck. Well,
Could you please describe Exhibit 54?
too bad, so
for the
sad, I
jury?
guess.
Exhibit 54 is a picture of a window that I took.
Of whose house?
This is the Halderson's home. The picture is the west side facing window
With
into
some
the
editing
garage. There are
Chandler
two
Bing
side
trial.
windows
Oh,
into
no.
the garage. This is the one that is the closest near the pond or the lake.
And what date
Still
did you
Nav,
take
it's
that
supposed
picture?
to be.
I took it on July 7th at
Hold on, let me
5:20
pause
p.m.
really quick and talk about
And
that.
does Exhibit 54 appear to be a true and accurate?
You should have some settings that you can manipulate. That's supposed to be a closed caption that you can turn on, and it should just read my words and put text on the screen. Speech to text, essentially. If it's not working, please let me know.
Print of that picture that you took?
Yes.
I would move Exhibit 54 into evidence.
Absolutely,
objection
Dee Dee. I would like to
it is
see a
received.
disgusting picture. Absolutely.
And I would ask to publish.
100% of the time, yes.
The photo should show up on the computer monitor.
Okay.
Now, Miss Murray, why in the world did you take a picture of your neighbor's window?
It was very unusual that the window was open. It was July. It was very hot. And those windows are never open. You know,
Hi,
that
Never
side of
Lucky.
the
How are
house,
you?
we see three, we see out
I did
that side of the
not,
house,
Quinn.
from three different sets of windows.
I
From our
will be
kitchen,
tweeting about it. You know what?
from our
I'll just
dining
tweet about
room,
it.
and from our sunroom.
now.
We
I'll
can
just do it
see
from my phone.
that side. And there's only 4 windows on that side of the house. I've never seen a window open there.
Okay. And that struck you as unique and you wanted to document it in some way?
Very unique.
Is that window, you've lived in this home, is that window difficult to get to?
It is. It's kind of an awkward window, with it being at the end of the house. You have to walk around the cars to get there. I've never been in the home since the Haldersons owned it. You have to kind of, we owned it, you had to fall over a workbench area to get to the window. So it really was an awkward window to open.
And the Haldersons had lived in that home approximately 5 years?
Correct.
And to your knowledge, that's the only time you observed that window open was July 7th of 2021?
Correct.
No further questions.
Cross-examination?
Just to be clear, that window goes into the garage,
Correct.
and you didn't have any recent reason to know what was the layout inside the garage at that time, correct?
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
You hadn't been in that garage recently, correct?
Correct.
That's all, thank you.
Any redirect?
No.
May this witness be excused
Sorry,
and
this is taking
released
so
from
long,
Zoom.
everyone.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time. Have a good rest of your day.
I'm
Thank
the
you.
worst.
State calls Eric Novak to the stand.
All right, it should be tweeted out now.
Good afternoon, sir. If you are comfortable and believe you can do so safely, we would appreciate your testifying without a mask if you're able.
No, no,
Thank you very much.
no, I'm making a mess of my desk. It's so unnecessary. No. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. I found my pouch of, it's disgusting. Look at this old, beat up, disgusting pouch. My pouch of piercings so that I can put my nose ring in. There's my nipple rings that I'm allergic to. I can't put those in without my nipple threatening to pop right off and never return. Obviously, the bag of nose rings fell out. Behind my monitor in a place that's very, very hard to reach. Of course. Of course. This isn't even the right ones. Oh, no. Well, that's fine. I need to get one in. So I guess we're doing a stud today. Nipple popping off sounds like some killer OnlyFans content.
Good afternoon.
Yo, I had a
Please
really good idea
state
for
both
my
your first and last name
OnlyFans,
and
but then I
spell
fell
both for
down
the
the
record.
fucking stairs and I
Eric
can't
Novak,
do it yet.
E-R-I-C
Because I-
N-O-V-A-K.
Well, I shouldn't
And can you
talk
just
anymore
pull that
about that because it'll
microphone
be very
right
lewd.
in front of your
But
mouth there.
The fans are running and.
I'm upset about it.
some
Haha,
tones of
why do
voice
you keep
don't
them
get
if you're
picked up as
allergic?
well.
I don't
We
know.
want you to be comfortable.
don't know.
That can be moved as close as can be.
Eric, do you know somebody by the name of Chandler Halderson?
Yes.
How do you know Chandler Halderson?
I met him in middle school, and we've been friends since then, and we lived together 2 years ago.
Okay. I believe the court will probably direct everyone but the jury to remove their masks for a few seconds, but do you see Mr. Halderson in the courtroom today?
Before answering, I would ask anyone who's not in the jury box to lower their mask as I count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
What am I
Go ahead
crocheting?
and
This is a
replace your
basket
mask.
weave stitch scarf.
Yes.
Could you identify him by where he's seated and the color of his shirt?
He's seated on that table, third from the right, and he's wearing a
I've
black suit.
actually heard about this guy kills his parents, right? Yes.
Thank you.
We are watching that
During
exact
at some
court
point
case.
in time,
I
did
just
you
take my ass
learn
on walkies, then make dinner. See you later, J. Rod. Have a good one.
from a news story or wherever that Mr. Halderson's parents were missing?
Yes,
And did you reach out to Mr. Halderson?
I did.
I'm going to show you what has been marked as Exhibit 56. Is Exhibit 56, is it fair to say that is screenshots of messages between you and Chandler?
Yes,
And you call him Chaz?
yes.
It's in Discord now,
I
and
would
we're
move
still not
Exhibit
done.
56
I will.
into evidence.
I'll try to remember to look during
It is
break.
received.
Murder scarf. Yes, it is the murder scarf. Hey, Loke, how are you?
All right, and there should be a little screen in front of you, which hopefully I'll try to move it so you can read. And I
Almost
just
an hour
thought
left
it
of
might be
work, and my
easiest to
motivation
read
has
through
dropped to
these.
0%.
So
I
is the
just
blue
wanna post
part
and watch
what
the
you
rest
say?
of my day.
Yes.
Okay.
Probs shouldn't.
Why don't you
though.
go ahead and read what
Well,
you first wrote
I
to
am
Chandler.
not going to judge you one
Hey,
way or the
Chaz,
other because
I'll post
fuck
about your
corporate.
parents. Wanted to check
and
up
also,
with you if you need anything, or I can do anything to help.
I
Happy to
obviously
do it.
want you to stay and watch my
And
stream.
then Chaz responds. You
also,
sent that message on July
if you
8th
gotta
at
go, I
10:55
definitely
a.m.
understand, because
Yes.
bills don't pay themselves.
And it
hey?
appears that Chandler responds, I appreciate
You know,
it. I'm
trying
sorry,
not to
but I
die
don't have a
somewhat
name to this
half-heartedly.
number.
I feel that so
who
hard.
may this be?
I feel that so
Eric.
fucking hard.
Sorry, I can't think of anything to do. I've searched the house with the cops for clues, but I couldn't find anything. Fingers crossed that they get the court order to open up their laptop. And then I believe
They went up to the cabin, right? They haven't tried tracking their phones.
we need a court order for that. Every time I call, it goes straight to
Winnie,
voicemail.
you're
So I
so
think the
sweet
phones
to
are
me.
off or out of range.
Okay, hopefully they move on that. When were they supposed to be back?
Monday, Tuesday.
Have you been able to reach them at all since they left?
They sent a text on Sunday, but I don't know when they made it because of the reception.
I
This
see.
poor lady is
I'm not
trying
really
to
sure
be
what
an
to do
actor
either,
and failing very, very hard.
Or how to help.
or how to help.
All right. And that was basically your conversation via text with Chandler
Yes.
on July 8th.
Wait, who's this guy?
So I know you don't know a lot about this case, but during your friendship with
Okay,
Chandler,
it's
did you
Chandler's
guys ever
friend.
go swimming?
Yes.
Where'd you guys go swimming?
We went up to a beach in Sauk City.
Okay, I'm going to show you what has been marked as Exhibit 55. Could you please describe Exhibit 55?
So on the right of the picture, that's kind of the area we would walk to, and then we'd swim over there and go to the sandbar in the middle.
Okay. So you said
Shit.
over to the right.
1, 2, 3,
I
4.
don't
Whoops.
think I'll
Yeah,
ever
I
use it.
accidentally
Okay.
switched too
Over
early.
to the right here is where you would walk
Got a frog, a
to.
Yes.
single stitch.
Okay. And then you would swim to the sandbar in the middle.
Yes.
And does this picture, Exhibit 55, appear to be a
Baby will
true
be
and
on the
accurate
third
depiction of that area as far as you know it?
As far as I know, yes.
All right. I'd move Exhibit 55 into evidence.
Any objection?
I love
It is received.
dorky pickup lines.
No further questions.
I'm fucking here for that shit.
No, thank you.
May the witness be excused and released?
He may be excused but not released.
You are excused from any further testimony today, but you're still under subpoena to the state. Thank you very much. Have a good remainder of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Watched a video on this
At
recently.
this time, I'll recall Detective Brian Schunk
Yeah,
to the
I
stand.
just found court footage that I hadn't watched, and that's going to be easy to do because I don't just sit around watching court cases a lot. Actually, that's kind of a lie. I watch other people's edited court footage a lot. But anyway, yeah, I found one that I hadn't watched any of it and decided that this would be a really fun idea for Creepy Crochet.
If you would, again, as long as nothing's changed since your last time on the stand, testify without your mask. Thank you.
Would you be my butt plug?
Good afternoon. Yes, it is.
In the course of this case, many times you found yourself with other law enforcement officers over at the Halderson residence, correct?
Correct.
And at times, people were conducting varying levels of searches of that home. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
When you conduct a search of a home, when I say varying levels of searches, meaning some are more
That's just
invasive
literally
or
wanna do
destructive
anal.
than others, right?
Definitely.
Want to do anal
Early on
together?
in this case, people were looking around the home, but
Smash
maybe
your
weren't being
sex me in my
wholly invasive or
poop
wholly
and sit
destructive
me?
at that time, correct?
Yes.
And for instance, you walked around the
Dangerous
home at one
Roommate series.
Yes.
Yeah,
Were
I
you
watched
at
the
that
first
time
2
with other
episodes.
detectives ripping out
It
drawers
is
and
good.
throwing things on the floor?
It's really good.
No.
I don't know how objective
What
it
kind of
is
search
because
were you
I
doing
am
initially in
kind
the
of
home?
naive.
When I was
when it comes
first
to that, I
there,
have to do a lot of
initially we were
research
just doing a visual search, consensual.
To verify the
consented
integrity of
to by
sources and
Chandler
stuff a lot
Halderson.
because I
You were looking around.
just have
Yes.
a hard time
At some point,
picking up on stuff that's
later on in
objective
the
versus
investigation,
subjective
a
and stuff
very
like
thorough
that.
search was done by someone who specializes kind of in searching homes, right?
Yes.
Agree, Sleep
Deputy
Ninja.
Greg Leatherberry, who's going to testify in this case, correct?
Correct.
And prior to that search being conducted by Deputy Leatherberry and his staff and the people that work with him, was a video taken
Sorry to
of the
hear that,
entire
Lo.
Halderson home to try to document the state
Practice
it was
makes
in, at
perfect,
least to the best
question
of-
mark?
of your ability before that more intrusive, destructive search was completed?
Yes.
Hello from Southwest Georgia.
those
State or
videos are
country, Ghost Templar?
Long, aren't they?
Yes.
And in fact, this
Also,
one's an
hello.
hour and a half, isn't it?
It's very thorough video.
And there's no narration to it.
Correct.
Doesn't make for engaging viewing always, right?
No.
The video has the ability to be sped up, correct?
Yes,
And you've seen it sped up in preparation for this case, correct?
I have.
And in fact, it can be sped up to 1/3 so that the video is less than an hour long.
Yes.
In speeding it up, in your view, having been in the Halderson home and having watched the original, does it change the quality of the video at all or what you're able to see?
It does not.
It just moves it along a little bit quicker?
Yes.
What is the purpose of these walkthrough videos that are done by law enforcement?
These walkthrough videos will document the home as is prior to any searches, just documenting how the home was found basically on law enforcement's first arrival.
Sure. And they'll go into every single room
Yes,
and they'll open up drawers and things like that?
they do.
I'm going to show you what's been marked in this case.
They do keep referring to it as a very long video. That like they're really salty about it and being super passive aggressive.
This is a USB drive, correct?
It feels like it,
It's
yes.
very
Containing the
funny.
video of the walkthrough in the home?
Yes.
I mean, as funny as something in a murder
Any
trial court case can
It is
be.
received.
We'll get it queued up and I'll move to publish it. So as we're getting it queued up, and if you could switch HDMI on the left. Thank you.
The state, it's nice to catch you live. Thank
preface
you.
this
It's good
again,
to have
this
you.
is walkthrough Halderson home.
Thanks for coming and hanging out. If you follow me on Twitter, I tweet every time I go live, or if you want to join the Discord, I will be doing notifications in the Discord again. I stopped doing it just because I got really,
Yes.
really bad about even looking at Discord. When I'm done with work for the day, I like to just get off of my computer and phone and not look at them again until it's time for work. It's a complete 180 from how I was as a teen. It's insane. Or like up until I got to Canada, really. I don't know why I said as a teen, as if it wasn't like that all through my 20s and the partial 30s that I have lived. I guess I just like actually do stuff around here. Like I fuck with yard work and shit. I have crows that I'm making friends with. Etc., etc. Oh my goddamn god. No, I did good. We're good. I'm perfect. Never mind. I'm perfect. Never mind. Also, I just spit everywhere. I was talking to someone who was waiting for their lunch to end to show up since we have limited time to talk due to time zones. Oh, that's really nice, Mothman's cousin, that you make special time for your friend. I have a hard time keeping track of stuff like that. I think it's the ADD, but like really my brain it, like, I'm pretty sure that, like, I have early signs of dementia. Like, not like I am suffering from dementia right now, but I have telltale signs that I'm going to have dementia. Like, I am getting so much more forgetful. Like, I just don't. I used to feel smart, and now I don't. Now I feel, like, really stupid all the time. I just feel stupid constantly. It sucks. It's a huge insecurity of mine. Crows, why not ravens? Because ravens don't hang out over here. Yeah, you're super early today. I normally start watching at the end of my workday when I'm just coasting, but now I'm watching while reconciling employee insurance plans. Do I have a high sugar intake? Maybe. Maybe. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to how much sugar I eat, but I am starting to get to an age where I do need to start paying attention to my macros. In high school, I could spell. Now I forget words. I actually am the best speller I know. I recommend books, slam lots of books, even easy books, whatever you have the easiest time reading. I wonder why books do it, but like Reddit and social media and stuff doesn't. It's so weird that like the content matters, but only in certain ways. Isn't that so weird? And moments like that all the time, Doxy, don't worry about it. My memory has been shit since I was a small. But yeah, my memory's never been amazing, but like it's getting demonstrably worse. That's life in the 30s. Yeah, that is 1,000,000% what's going on with me. Like I definitely am feeling myself getting older. Feeling stupid just means you're more aware of what you don't know. It implies growth in your introspective intelligence. I still feel stupid even keeping that in mind is the thing. Like, it's hard to explain, I guess. Whatever, Doxman. Did you win the regional championship? I almost went to nationals for spelling. I'm sure that you're as excellent at spelling as me, but I'm still the best I know. Let me fucking have this. I have such low self-esteem, dude. High sugar ruins the blood vessels in the brain and can simulate dementia symptoms because your brain isn't receiving sufficient blood. I don't. Oh, Loke, I was super kidding. You should super be proud of nearly going to nationals. Nearly going to nationals. Yeah, that's sick. Reading does help keep your brain active and healthy. That and doing things like puzzles, whatever it is that helps you to not just zone out, which is something I have a huge issue doing because of my ADHD. I'm terrified of what's going to happen, but DILL. I love that you fucking put it out there. I'm an idiot. I'm high. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got 3rd place in Iowa in 1998, but I've lost some of it too. I have found that I've actually gotten better at spelling English words as I studied other languages. So I have like a high school knowledge of both French and German. I used to be so good at German, but I lost a lot of it because I couldn't practice it. But like the more that I study those other, and I'm learning French now, not by choice. I hate French. I hate French so much. It's the worst language. I hate it. But I'm trying to live in Canada, so you fucking learn French. Anyway, as I have practiced with French, I've been more aware of like English rules and stuff. Not that I ever was unaware of them, but like, it was more like I intuited them rather than internalized them. Did that come out right? I feel so stupid. Quebecois French is funky too. It is, but if you know Parisian French, which I am learning because Duolingo doesn't have Quebecois, neither does anyone. Like, nobody does. But as long as you like know French, you'll get the gist of it. The thing is, I'm gonna need to like know French conversationally at least. You know what I mean? I took French in high school as well. I got pretty good at it. I just a couple months ago started refreshing what I previously learned with the intent of learning more. Sleep Ninja, we can, if you want to add friends on Duolingo, do you want to? Sure. Hey, it's good for your brain too. Yeah, I really like it. You chose Josiah. You clearly are smart. Ugh. Humana, humana, humana. Quebecois French isn't French. Oh no. I feel you on that one. I went to a Welsh school, which was a bitch because I spoke English as my primary language, and neither of my parents speak Welsh. Oh no. Where am I from? I'm from Iowa in the United States, but I'm living in the like Halifax metropolitan area. I tried Duolingo for Czech, but it just confuses me because it doesn't give you the actual rules. It totally does. You just have to read the lessons before doing the exercises. And that fucked me up at first too. The first time I tried to use Duolingo, I was like, this app is trash. But I came back to it a couple years later, and either I understood it better, or here, really quickly, I'll show you. Let's pause this. This is important. I'm sorry, guys, for those of you that are like super wrapped up in this evidence video. It's another fucking long one. I wonder if they're gonna be pissy about that too. But give me a second. I'm going to hide this. Let's navigate Duolingo really quick because I fully support people learning other languages and cultures and stuff like that. Okay, so do you guys love this picture of Kika? I love this picture of Kika. Anyway, Duolingo. Oh, man. I want free Duolingo Plus. Duolingo Plus is super worth it if you're willing to spend the $100 a year on it. I had it for a year, and it was amazing. It was awesome. But no thanks for right now. So what you do is you click on sensations and click on tips, and then it gives you the lesson. Like, it tells you what the rules are and, like, shows you examples of them. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. I'm going to put this away. We can go back to our silent walkthrough of the Halderson home. Oh, here, I'll show you again. I'll show you again really quick. Okay, so look, we've got, you open Duolingo, you go to whichever lesson you want to do, and then you hit tips. And it shows you, it like, you read all this. It shows you the rules. It will... Le beau manteau. Yeah, I don't know if you guys could hear that. Le beau manteau. It's a beautiful coat. You're not, no, I mean, you're not sorry. I don't get to tell you how you feel. You don't have to be sorry. But yeah, it gives you the rules and the, and like a few examples of the rules. J'aime le chocolat. J'aime aussi les gâteaux. J'aime le chocolat. J'aime aussi les gâteaux. I've always had like an aptitude for language. I really enjoy learning everything about languages. Username is Sleep Ninja, if anyone wants to add me. Yeah, I think that I'm just Zero Doxy. I might be Hellacious Malacious, actually. Come to think of it. Nope, I'm just Mallory Smith. Okay. I'm gonna really quick add you. Also, I'll let this go. There y'all are. Sparta! Pretty kitty girl. I forget how to add friends. Add friends. There it is. No problem at all. Can we add if not same language? Yeah. Set the Duck, how are you? Hi. Hi, Ducky. How are you? We need to know how many eggs the Halderson had when they died. Gotta know. It's important information for court. Also, do they use yellow, Dijon, or honey mustard? Or stone ground? I need to sleep ASAP to make the bad thoughts go away? No, I'm so sorry to hear that you're having bad thoughts. I just added Sleep Ninja on mine. Yeah. Starting my crochet journey today. Ducky, that's so exciting. I made you spit your tea back in your cup. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Seth the Duck, thank you so much for the 300
Seth the Duck
biddies.
cheered.
That's so nice
Here,
of you.
have fun with this.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. I need to make a Patreon panel on Twitch and make it. I'm gonna have to fucking finally get a link tree or something to put in my bio on Twitter.com. My mom did crochet before she passed away. Did she make you a bunch of stuff? It's okay. I need that. That was a good laugh. I'm happy to hear that at least. Oh, I may have added a different Sleep Ninja. Okay, 1 second. I will search the other name that you put in there. I found you. There we go. Hooray! My username is either Mallory Smith or Mallory Ann Smith, all one word. I don't know which one it is because it puts one right by the other. And apparently I did not change my shiznit. Oh my goodness. I don't know if it's Ole Mate Ducky or Ole Mate Ducky. But thank you so much for the follow. You know that feeling that you get when you have to be around little kids, but it turns out that they have really cool and fun toys and it's actually a really fun time? That's the feeling that I got from you just following my channel. So thank you for being my unexpectedly fun little kids toys. Mallory Archer, spelled wrong. So sad. There's 2 L's in Mallory. It's so obvious. What a fucking phenomenal character, though. Duchess. She's very funny. I love that she just bangs terrorists. She's absurd. Like an old friend. Must be Aussie slang. Sorry, no, I just grew up. I grew up around a lot of Spanish speakers, so when I see OLE, I always think Olay. Always. She made me a blanket as her piece before she was killed in a car accident. I use it to this day. I cherish it. If you feel like sharing a picture of it, we'd love to see it, but don't feel obligated by any means. Also, Quinn, I need to make you, if you're okay with it, obviously, I need to make you a mod of my YouTube, like, comments and chat and stuff. And then also, just so you know, I fixed the link problem, so you'll be able to link stuff in comments now. I just found the setting today. I didn't even know that it was a setting. That's not true. I knew it was a setting, but I thought that I had it set so that people could link in the comments. Because I always love, people sharing. I always love it. Okay, I need a URL. Is your account, is your account, what's the word I'm looking for? Like confirmed. Did you, because I need to have like a link to your YouTube channel in order to mod you. I might be able to do it pretty easily now that I think about it. Give me a second here. Fuck. Okay, this is going to be convoluted, but that's okay. Not having a keyboard fucking blows. Verified is also good, yeah. Fucking blows. Verified. Hearing my own voice is so fucking weird, man. Yeah, I can't just like click on you and do shit. I have to like do it the long way. So it's gonna have to be during the first break, which is coming up pretty soon here. I gotta pee real bad. Are you guys excited to watch Josiah paint minis later? I'm so sad. I'm gonna have to miss a lot of it. I will only be able to watch a little because I haven't exercised yet today and I need to, and that's gonna fucking suck because my ass hurts, my back hurts. You're still at work at the moment? No pressure. No pressure, no sweat. My kitty heard your voice and got jealous, so now she's sitting in my arm trying to get me away from my phone. Oh, kitty, kitty. Kitties are the best. Right, Mankey? My kitty just walked up. Monstro, hi, kitty boy. What are you doing? He's a beautiful specimen. If any of you haven't seen Monstro, he's literally the prettiest cat I've ever seen. Doc, did I tell you I'm getting a kitten soon? No, you didn't tell me. Do you already have one picked out, or like you've just made the decision? Come here, bud. I want to show you off to stream. You're such a beautiful boy. This cat is also developmentally delayed. He's my sweet, sweet boy. Mariah's cat had kittens. That's dope. Such a fluffer, yeah. And he has these beautiful piercing blue eyes. He never looks at the cam, but he's the prettiest cat I've ever seen in my entire life. Vets freak out about how pretty he is. Like, everybody that ever meets him is just like, that is a perfect cat. You like the runty, whiny one? Oh, hell yeah. There's something very special about runts. There's something very, very special about the runt of the litter, hey? That's why all the Disney movies are about them, right? Oh my goodness, Ghost Templar, thank you so much. That's so nice. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I forgot to open a window where I could update super chats that I got. Sorry, some uppity vendor called because they want to get paid or whatever. Ugh. I hate it when they expect payment for their goods and services. Ugh. Just like, don't, you know? Thank you, Quinn. I appreciate it. I set my hearing aids for repair 2 weeks ago. Haven't heard anything. I was like leveling with you. I was about to like commiserate and be like, y'all, my ears suck. I get that sucks. I feel bad. I'm sorry. You got me. Anybody here as obsessed with the movie Clueless as I am? Starring Alicia Silverstone and Stacey Dash, even though Stacey Dash is kind of a piece of shit. My rent was donated in a box of kitchen trash at the Goodwill I managed. My baby now. That is disgusting that somebody did that. That is disgusting. I wonder if like a mama cat left it there. I've turned into such a sucker for cats just over the past 2 or 3 years. Cats rule, dude. Cats are the best. Like, I love doggies. Don't get me wrong. I want a dog so bad. I'm so excited for when me and Josiah can get a dog. It's going to be a while because we're kind of poor right now, but that's okay. Things have been looking up. The channel's been growing and stuff. I owe you guys everything. It's been an amazing, amazing period of time for me. You guys have all been so supportive and wonderful. But anyway, what was I don't even remember what I was in the middle of saying. I just got so wrapped up in how much I fucking love you guys. Oh yeah, I love doggies. I love doggies, but kitties are the best. They are the best. My cat was found in an industrial compactor when she was a kitten. She's 18 now. I love a little old lady. Oh, Gish, will you give her a kiss for me? I've got the Toxoplasma gondii, but I welcome my new parasite overlords. Exactly. No. I've said it for years. Why would I ever want to get rid of a parasite that just brings me joy? I know it doesn't actually work like that for humans, but it's fun. Clueless, Doxy. We're talking about Clueless. That's right. The theme from that movie gets stuck in my head all the time. Do y'all remember it? It gets stuck in my head every day. Monstro loves when I crochet, by the way. He's got his eyes like basically pressed up against the yarn. You can't see, like, he's like 2 inches away from my hand, and my hand is at the bottom of the screen. He's literally, you're so fucking cute, you little mongrel. I just love him. You're just so cute. I just don't understand what makes this shit evidence, you guys. Also, clearly he did not dust the table, which, like, if you are leaving dust, you did not clean up well enough after a murder and dismember. If there's dust to be left behind, you're getting caught. You just are. Like, even if there isn't dust left behind, you still might have left behind evidence. If you left behind dust, you definitely left behind evidence. I don't either. What are we supposed to be seeing here? This is just the Halderson home. My sister does voluntary work at a vet's, and she's brought 2 kittens home. One's now 1.5 years. The other's getting to about 10 months. There is a pets channel in the Discord, discord.gg/fartslide. Just throwing it out there. If you guys, you know, want to actually do something about these adorable cats, like if you want to actually show us the cats that you're talking about, like a good friend would. I'm just teasing. But sincerely, please show us your cats. Also, Monstro just took a chomp at the yarn. You guys couldn't see. It was just barely off stream, but he will definitely do it again. He's so invested. It's really cute. I wish you guys could see this. I don't know, like, I don't know what to do to show you. He's right there. The yarn is right here. He's glued to it. Time to go cuddle with Padme. What a good name for your kitty or doggy. I don't know. I'm not. Maybe Padme is your girlfriend. I'm not sure. Thanks for keeping me company, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Hey, you too. Thanks for hanging out. It was good to see you. I'll share that in a sec for you, Doxy. Hell yeah. Sorry, Doxy, I have to go. But before I go, I will leave you with a gift. No gifts necessary, but I'm so excited to have had ya. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm also not going to say no if you're going to give me a gift. Like, please, by all means, feel free. But just know that I am excited to see it either way. Oh, there he goes, batting at it. Quinn, you can also DM it to me if you prefer. Either is fine. Monstro, you got to stop, bud. You're so cute, but you have to stop. She's a cat. Okay. That's a nice shower. I love a subway tile in the shower. What you doing, Makey? Now he's trying to play with my headphone cable. I don't like that. All right, bud. Pipe down. I'm helping. Yay, thank you. Thank you, Never Lucky. I will 1,000,000% take a look during the break. And it feels kind of institutional to me. What are we talking about? The bathroom? Oh, I like it. For a second bathroom. Like, I don't want my bathroom to look like that. I want the guest bathroom that I use occasionally to look like that. I want my bathroom to be dark with lots of little alcoves for candles, and I want it to have a giant bathtub. And I want, like, darker, warmer colors. Seats left up, guilty. I always close both lids because I don't like my cats playing around in the toilet water, and every once in a while they totally will. They just will play in the toilet water or drink it. And I know that toilets aren't really as like, toilets are cleaner than your phone or whatever, apparently, but just gross. I wish I could afford a total overhaul of my bathroom. It's the only thing I dislike about my condo. I just watch some HGTV, bud. You'll learn everything you need to know. Fucking love HGTV. Flea Market Flip. Good Bones. And I guess I wish it had a gas stove instead of electric, but what can you do? The building doesn't use gas, yeah. I also prefer a gas stove to an electric stove, like having an actual flame. It's just so much easier to visualize how hot your pan is getting, right? Like, with electric, you cannot tell. Hi, how are you? It's so good to see you, Oliver. Gas is nice for some things, but the one I have right now, you cannot turn down low enough. That sucks. Yeah. Are you sure? Is your, like, I don't know what it's called, but the plate thing that goes over the top of it, is it situated right? Low on the lowest, burner is too hot for some things. Yeah, is the plate, like, centered okay? Doing great. Thank God it's Friday, though, for sure. You're not back in the office, are you, Oliver? There are so many cute cat pics in Discord. Oh my God, I can't wait. Yeah, they're fine. That sucks. I definitely, I had a stove that I felt that way about back in the trailer at oh my God, what the fuck is that trailer court called? You went there 100 times. You went to that trailer a bunch of times. But I remember discovering that I put the plate on wonky and then the flame had much more range. Not yet. Gotcha. Not Modern Manor, the one next to it. Sunrise Village. Wait. Yeah, I fucked up. We got a frog 4 stitches here. My bad. Sorry, guys. I always kind of think of them as the same. They're super not. Like, I think that everybody does that. They're very different trailer parks. Modern Manor is much more manicured and, I was going to say moderated. It's more corporate, right? It's like a homeowners association for trailer courts. Some big national company just bought both of them and are going to jack up the rates. Of course they are. Lot rent used to be $200. I imagine it's much more now. But pretty soon trailers are not going to be like an affordable option. Like, the reason that people make fun of you for living in a trailer is because it's, like, the cheapest way to live. But now, like, why would you go through all the risks of owning your own home when you're paying rent prices anyway? You know what I mean? They're going to make lot rent be as much as, like, apartment rent. And just trailer parks are going to fucking go bankrupt. Because they either need to appease very, very rich shareholders, or they need to be able to draw in the kind of clientele that will settle for trailers. I love trailers personally. I don't know what it is. I think just like I grew up poor, so I feel comfortable in them. And I feel like trailers you can always hear storms in better than like big houses and stuff like that. They'll still have trailers on the reservation. That's different though. Hey, Raikudo. They can be dope if they are taken care of. Yeah, modular homes can be super sick. Thank you for looking after me, Sleep Ninja. I'm hydrating right now. Thanks for looking after me. I appreciate you. It's called wedding cake. I don't know, man. Every time I go to a wedding, I want to smash. Like, every time. I feel like wedding, like, I mean, I get that wife bad. I get it. But I think I like that weddings are basically an aphrodisiac to single people. Like, literally every time I go to a wedding, I want to bang. Well, sure, but all the better to get blown away. Yeah, Iowa City doesn't really have that risk. Not really. I mean, the more we ignore climate change, the worse the risk gets for certain. And I feel like it's very weird that Iowa City didn't take up a green initiative after the tornado that, like, ripped through the town in, like, 2004? 2005? I don't know. Derecho could happen again. That's true. And it probably will start happening a lot more often if we don't do more. I'm really hoping this whole Russian war situation and, like, rising oil prices, like, invigorates the resolve towards the, like, green initiative. Was it 2006? I knew it was before my mom died. But, like, not by a lot. April 15th? That's so weird. Like we were just talking about my mom died. My mom died on April 16th, 2 years later. That's so weird. Sorry, I'm going to catch up on YouTube chat. I haven't looked in a hot second. I'm so sorry. I do not mean to ignore you guys. I always forget that my YouTube chat is not with my Twitch chat. Before setting on my condo, I was considering getting a houseboat here in Seattle. I very nearly pulled the trigger, but I couldn't justify the mooring fees. Yeah, I would love, like, that's such a romantic idea, living on a houseboat. I would love to do that. The condo board fees with the condo are bad enough. Yeah, I imagine. It was 2006. Fair enough. I remember that day really well. I also remember that day really well. I was so fucking worried about Joe Scarpolino. I was dating Joe, and he was across town in a college course, I think, at Kirkwood. And I was at work at Diamond Dave's because I was always at work at Diamond Dave's. And I'm too arrow ace for it to really be an aphrodisiac, but I like a good dance party as much as the next person. Yeah, fair enough. Sorry for the reply. You're okay. I was baptized in St. Patrick's, which was completely destroyed by the storm. Interesting. Especially considering you're like one of the least religious people I know. To be fair, I surround myself with non-religious people. Not to say that I hate religious people or anything like that. Just the closer you are to evangelical, the closer you are to a piece of irredeemable shit in my eyes. I'm sorry, it's true. Doxy's all for houseboats. She sprays 15 aerosol cans a day just cause. No. No. I think that houseboats are such a fun idea. Like, I also like the idea of a tiny home. I would love to just have a tiny home. Really, what I would like to have is 3 tiny homes, hey? I would like to have one that is my office, and one that is Josiah's office, and then the living area that he and I share. There's some really, like, against the grain people who consider themselves evangelical, like radical leftist evangelical is totally a thing. How? How on earth? Like, I would love to hear the justification for that. I'll find some good. Yeah. I hope that didn't come across as me not believing you. Like, I am just genuinely curious as to how they justify. You know what I mean? I hope that didn't come across as bitchy. I just realized how bitchy it could have come across. I'd need, like, a tiny home for each +1 for living space. I don't know, all my hobbies require a ton of garbage too. I would just be willing to downsize a lot, I think. I mean, if you look at, say, Catholics, I mean, there's the dogma, but there is a huge spectrum of beliefs in politics, etc. No, it wasn't bitchy. Okay, good. I'm glad. Ow. Oh, shit. We're supposed to be doing back posts. I'm doing front. I just should not smoke when I am crocheting. It's not great. I make infinity more mistakes. So it's not just evangelicals that sort of have dissidence. But I feel like once you have like left-leaning morality, you are no longer an evangelical. Like, the two are literally fucking mutually exclusive. The Baptists have like 76 different branches because nobody can agree on the details. Yeah, I just don't pay attention anymore. Like, nobody actually follows the fucking teachings of Jesus. They use the Bible to like be either racist or classist or sexist, and I just am not fucking here for it. Like, I have a really hard time. Jesus was my homeboy. I appreciate everything that dude had to say. Well, not everything. There's some shit that I'm not here for. But, like, his message about we love each other no matter what. It is not our job to judge one another. It is our job to make sure that everybody is having the best time possible. Like, that is my religion. My religion is life is a blessing. We spend more time dead than alive, so we should really fucking use our time here to, like, fucking party with one another, hey? Like, really make sure that everybody is having the best time. It blows my mind that anybody could think any fucking differently, or that anybody could skew that message and make it mean I hate gay people. Like, I don't know, man. I can't fucking hang with that shit. Sorry if I'm, like, alienating anybody, but, like, if you feel alienated by the shit that I just said, you kind of need to feel that way for a minute and reevaluate. Please and thank you. I'm open to hearing any arguments against what I just said. Yeah, I followed that Sleep Ninja person too. They're gonna open their Duolingo later and be like, what the fuck? I got like 6 new followers today, just out of nowhere. I've not been paying attention to what happened. I was just talking about my problems with the modern day Christian faith. Like the woman at work that isn't eating regular meat on Fridays because of Lent, yet today she's having shrimp, which isn't allowed by that religion. Shrimp isn't allowed? But isn't it just Catholicism that does Lent? I could be wrong. I will be honest. I am not an expert on the Bible or the Christian faith, but I know enough to know that I am not into the institutionalized Christianity even fucking remotely. I spent 2 years living with a family that was evangelical, and they were so nice to me, but also I was straight, I was white. It's banned in Leviticus, but Leviticus was intentionally intended to apply only to the Levites. Did I say that right? Lent exists in other branches, not all, but yes, it does. Okay, good to know. I mean, I'm going to forget it right now, but I do like to not say things with conviction when I know that I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I think that that's an important part of being good faith, I guess. No pun intended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is my new fucking Kids Bop death metal album. I love my parents. Let's go on a vacation together. Levites were one of the 12 tribes of Israel. A lot of the priestly caste was drawn from the Levites, so they were sort of especially concerned with ritual devoutness. Okay. There's nothing in Leviticus about eating meat on Fridays, to my knowledge, although we used to not eat meat on Fridays year round. We changed it around 1970 or so. Now it's just I did not know that. I can't believe that it was 1970 and not 1950s with the rise of, like, burger joints and diners and stuff. People are generally going to do whatever they want, so why even pretend? I don't know. There's a lot of things that I don't do that I would like to do just because it would, like, harm another person. Like, I would like to just walk into Walmart, grab all my groceries, and walk right out without giving any of my money to them. But I don't do that because that's a huge inconvenience for a bunch of the people that work there. I don't not do it because I don't want to hurt Walmart. I do want to hurt Walmart. Walmart, I want you to go down. I want you to go down so fucking hard. The Waltons are bad fucking people. The end. I have to go. I have to drive. See you later, Hacks Matt. Have a good one. I cannot believe the length of this video. And this time there aren't even police officers chit-chatting about giant bugs. I've had to pee for over half an hour. You know what? I think that we are going to go ahead and have a break at the end of this row here. Maybe they are waiting for him to come back to the scene of the crime. He lives there. He lives there. Is that the same fucking, but yes. Yes, it is. This video has been going for over half an hour. I would not have made it in that jury. Yeah, I don't think that I would ever be actually selected for jury duty. You have got to be kidding me. I definitely fucked up somewhere. We're just going to have to figure it out when we get back. I have to pee so bad. I'm so sorry, everybody. We're going to have a quick commercial break. I'll be right back. Please join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter. I have a Patreon if you want to look at it. It's just got a couple of little jokes on it. If you don't even want to donate and you just want to look, please feel free to do that. Discord.gg/fartslide will get you into the community. And Twitter.com/ZER0DOXY. We will also be doing more content on the YouTube channel that will be like actually edited and made for YouTube very soon. I know I keep teasing it. But you know, you gotta build hype, hey? Be right back.
20 Rose Sparkler, Hiwo in back, glad to finally catch a stream. It's great that you're doing so well.
Okay, y'all, I gotta come clean with you right now. The reason that I took so long to come back is because I was perusing the fucking pets Discord. So fucking cute. So fucking cute, dude. Okay, just really quick, I'm adding Quinn as a moderator. Shit. Shit, I have to hit enter. Shit! It worked. It worked! Hooray, okay. Please don't make me type another thing. I just put the keyboard back away. Yes. Excellent. Okay, Quinn, you should have mod powers now. Thank you so much for being willing to do that for me, bud. I appreciate it a lot. Okay. Hello, Tiff the Awesome. How are you? 20 Rose, it's so good to see you. How are you? Hi. Did you see the Rory Maine Coon? I saw all of them. I looked at each and every fucking cat in there, and you guys have some cute cats. You guys have some cute fucking cats. I'll tell you that much for free. I don't know why my transitions keep fucking up. Also, I had to change my outfit. I got cold. That outfit is pretty, but it just doesn't keep me warm in the cold Canadian days. We have a nice, like, we're having a, I would call it Maine spring when I lived in Iowa, like Maine, like the state, where it's like a cold, like, kind of rainy situation by the ocean. Like, it's a mood. It's like, it's a Lovecraft mood. I did live in Iowa, yeah. I loved it there. It's just like that here today. Oh my God, we're both having a Maine spring. That screams the mood. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna fucking get that going right now. Actually, can I get, there's 50 of us here. Could I get 5 readies in chat before we move on here? That'd be nice. Nice. I live in Missouri. I have a bunch of family in Iowa. Man, back when I used to smoke cigarettes, I would drive to Missouri for the cheap cigarette cartons, and then you could still smoke inside of restaurants there. It was awesome. This weekend is low 80s. Jeez. Yeah, I would not be able to live somewhere where it's just summer all the fucking time, like Arizona and Texas. Well, I did live in Texas. I lived in Texas. I did not love it. Too hot, too early. Absolutely. Ready times 5. I've got 2 readies here. I would love 3 more, and then we will be hot to trot. I would love it. I just work here. Excellent. Okay, that makes 5. Sick. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Do you guys want me to speed this up? It is 60 here every day all year. I'd love weather. If I had to choose a temperature for it to be all the time, 60 is a good one. I love that, like, chilly warm. I'm into that. I love that. It's good to see you, Bulletproof Rosie. How are you? It's been sleeting, snowing all day. Where are you located, Mothman's cousin? If you want to say, please don't feel like you have to. And my Duolingo app doesn't have the lessons. Do I need to reinstall? There isn't a little thing that says tips. Minnesota. You're cute. That's cute. You're cute. This case is about a man who murdered his parents. Chandler Halderson is the name if you want to do a Google for like a brief recap or something. There's no tip, but there's a discussion you can access when you get an answer wrong. Yeah, I would reinstall. My ideal temp is whatever it is under my weighted blanket. I still don't have a weighted blanket. I want one so bad. Oh, shoot. We've got 3 parts of Mr. Mimel. Hell yeah. When everybody was counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, I was taught 1 Mr. Mimel, 2 Mr. Mimel. If I could get that permanently, yeah, that, see, what I really want is for my face to have a brisk cold air that it's breathing in and nice, and for my body to be nice and toasty. Like, that's ideal to me. I would rather shiver than sweat, to be fully honest. So definitely no over-the-top heat. Okay. 4, and now 5. Yeah. Sweat rather than shiver. Shivering makes gaming hard. So does sweating. So does sweating. That shit stings your eyes. You sweat, bro? Do I have anybody in here? Do I have any mods in here right now that could add a Patreon command to the bot? 1v1 on Nuketown. I fucking hated Nuketown. I did not like that map at all. There's a case going on not far from me in Fairfield, Iowa, where 2 teens killed a teacher. Yes, that case is very sad. You know, always add layers, but there's only so much you can remove before it becomes illegal in public. Yeah, and like, for continued survival, hey? I imagine you'd be much less overwarm without skin. But also probably much less alive. Too small of a map is just way too many things are left up to chance when the map is that small. I did not like Newtown. I was lurking. I don't know if you saw. I put it in the Discord. Thank you so much, Rana. I'm sorry, Dragon Rana. You're wonderful and helpful, and I adore you. I can't believe it happened. It's horrible. Like, no reason. And the woman seemed like such a nice person in the community. I feel like, yeah, there's so much wrong with small town schooling that it's really hard to ignore that had to be a part of this. It's hard for me to ignore. But yeah, that teacher seemed very beloved. You ever try and shoot a man's in the head, have your crosshair jittering like you were going through hardcore caffeine withdrawal? I can control my shivers, to be fair. Unless well, I mean, to a certain extent. But definitely my motor function suffers when I'm too cold. It definitely does. I think everybody's does because your blood goes to your core to try to keep you warm. And it can't hang out in your extremities as much. Then again, I might have just said the stupidest thing ever uttered. I'm not a doctor. Purely speculating because this is the most boring evidentiary video of all time. Do I all out delete and reinstall? I would. I just found out about a murder mystery that's been going on where I live. Oh yeah. Don't feel like you have to dox yourself, but if you feel like talking about it, we all obviously stand true crime here. We're watching the most boring part of a court case that has ever happened. I didn't know that it could get more boring than the first video. The Subaru video. But it managed to. How on earth where did I lose a stitch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay, I didn't. 1, 2, wait, yes I did. What is happening? What's happening to me? Okay, I really don't know where I fucked up. This sucks. This sucks so hard. Okay, this row has only had 4 for a second here. That's what's going on. But like, where did I drop a stitch altogether though? I'm so upset and sad. Let's take a sip. Sure thing. Thank you for looking out for me, Silgnav. I appreciate you. Just to add another stitch. Man, the thing, like, I'm going to be selling this for money, so I want it to be perfect. You know what I mean? Her name was Karen Swift, Dyersburg, Tennessee. Rest in peace, Karen Swift. So sorry.
What do you awful women want?
What do you awful women want? Can't believe you would come in here and be all supportive and nice like that. Thank you so much for the raid. Everybody make sure to follow G Squala. Jeez Louise. How dare you? Thank you for the raid, G Squala. I appreciate you. Fuck. This sucks. I'm so upset that I discovered this. Well, I'm not upset that I discovered it. I'm upset that it happened. How did I not catch on before now? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a problem. That's a 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we need to frog 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. G Squall, thank you so much for the follow. Nice. I appreciate it so much. That's really, really awesome of you. You know that feeling you get when you realize you dropped a stitch, but you find the place where you fucked up and it's kind of a huge relief? That's the feeling that I just got from you following my channel. It's also the feeling that I just got from it happening just now. So I'm sorry if I confused the two, but thank you so much for being my watchful editing eye. I feel like a slideshow of photos of all this would go much faster and get to the point. Like, yeah, absolutely. I'm with you, Sleep Ninja. But missing Halloween 2011 Autopsy wasn't released until 2018. Everybody make sure that G Squala feels welcome. Thank you so much for choosing us. What were you playing? What were you doing? What were you up to? You might not have been playing anything. You might have been making stuff. I wish I could work on my crochet project, but I don't have any of the yarn left right now. Can you go get it, Tiff? Can you run out and get it? Because we're going to be live for another, 2 hours probably. OMG, I have actually caught a Doxy stream. Hi and hello. Hello, Nerdia Kitty. How are you? Welcome. Everybody make sure that Nerdia Kitty feels welcome. Is it Nerd Iowa Kitty? Because if that's what's up, you're my kind of dude. You're my kind of dude entirely. I'm a Nerd Iowa Kitty. I too just finished doing a study work stream. I was working on a mini kitty keychain. Oh, cute. You know what? Either way works. Hell yeah. I'm here for all that shit. I would, but the yarn I'm using is I Love This Yarn, and Hobby Lobby yarn is only on sale every other week. This week it's not on sale. What a bummer, Tiff. I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay. I think that we got back to a good place here. I'm just going to count these rows. I know it's annoying. I'm so sorry. But, you know. Oh, my goodness. Nerdia Kitty. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it so much. You know that feeling that you get when you realize that somebody is maybe from the same place as you and you have some of the same interests, so you feel a special kindred. I'm so sorry. A special kinship with them immediately. That's the feeling that I got from you following my channel. So thank you so much for being my Nerdia Kitty.
That was the walkthrough video, right?
No, you
Yes.
have a wonderful
And
map. I hope you have sweet
the time
dreams,
that was
Juice Squalla.
conducted, the whole purpose was
Thanks
to
for
see
hanging
the
out.
entire house. No one knew what was really relevant yet or not relevant yet, right?
Correct.
And while we might talk about all of the rooms in the next couple of days, fair to say that the basement of the house, the room with the fireplace, Mr. Halderson's bedroom, those will be the three primary areas that we're going to continue talking about the next few days.
Correct.
At this point in the trial, and I suppose as one of the primary investigators, we've now heard from pretty much everyone who was involved in Mr. Halderson going door to door, looking for security videos, correct?
We're good. We're good.
Yes.
We might hear from a few more people that were in the area, but at this point, we've heard from those folks. One of those folks, Mr. Linsmeyer, mentioned
It's not a big deal.
to Chandler that he should give the cops a call.
They want to give everyone a panic attack after they almost
You
fell
were one of
asleep,
the people
right?
who left a card and ultimately got some calls from Chandler.
Ah,
right?
yes, the beef
Yes,
from my
and
childhood.
we're
I'm
gonna hear
so
about that later
sorry,
on in the trial.
guys.
We will.
I'm
Okay.
very
Now-
sorry.
That
Cornhole,
home,
hell
the
yeah.
Halderson
Cornhole
home,
is so fun.
Obviously, there was a large amount of police presence there in early July of this year. At points, Chandler was there, and then at some point, I think we're all in agreement that he was arrested. In fact, you were one of the people in the room when he was arrested on.
Do you guys want to hear a disgusting thing about my horrific body?
Correct. From the 8th onward, so let's say July 8th, when Chandler was arrested, all the way through August 4th, that house remained in the custody of the Dane County
I
Sheriff's
have a
Department.
very,
correct?
very painful,
And it was guarded at all
hard
times, was it
corn
not?
in
Definitely.
between my
Can
little
you tell
toe
us just
and
briefly what it
my
means to guard a house, a
ring
crime scene
toe.
guard?
Yes. So our crime
and
scene investigators
it hurts a
will
lot.
secure the
I
home.
have like a
they'll put up some
remover
type
pad
of
on it. This just,
evidence
I have
tape
to do this
on
now
doorway,
for the rest of my
to
life.
make sure that no one.
It used to have a
snuck
soft
into the
corn on
home.
top of it, but
There'll
we're
be a
through
deputy
that right now. We're at the
assigned,
stage where we're through
to
the
that
soft corn
location,
and
to that
working on
crime
the
scene,
hard corn.
and they'll remain
It
there
hurts so
for their entire
fucking
shift.
much.
They won't leave unless they're relieved. So
The
no
help
bathroom
section shows that
breaks,
there's
no going
only
to a
tips for some
restaurant.
of the
They are
lessons. Just
there
go back and look at
guarding
the tips that are there.
So from
I mean,
the
some
time
of them
Mr.
don't really
Halderson's
need
arrest on
tips
July
that much
8th,
if
all
you
the way
know
through
the
August
tips
4th,
from
nearly a
previous
month,
lessons.
at,
So it makes
24
sense.
hours
It's
a day,
saving
7
you
days a
time.
week, there was a Dane County Sheriff's deputy guarding that home.
Yes.
And they kept a
Hardcore
log of everyone
porn.
who came and went, correct?
Correct.
And that was turned
Gross.
over to my office and the
Like,
defense.
I'm sorry to yuck anybody's yum.
Court system.
Do you have a
Yes.
Discord? Sure
And
do.
people who went to that home, I think we may have saw people
Discord.gg/fart
wearing
slide.
hoodies, when they passed by a mirror, people were outfitted with appropriate equipment to protect any biological evidence when they were coming and going.
Yes.
On the outer part of your
Including
little
yourself
toe.
at times.
It hurts so much,
No further
especially
questions
since
at
I
this time.
always sit crisscross, so it smushes it and it hurts so bad. It's probably
I would just
it
ask
probably
one
doesn't help.
clarifying
It probably
point.
contributes
the deputy,
to the problem
in charge or
that I'm always
assigned to
sitting
guard the home, do they
crisscross.
guard from the outside
But I
or
have to
the
be
inside?
very
No one's allowed inside the home except for the crime scene investigators at that time, so
very
they are
diligent
outside
about
of
my
the
foot
home.
placement.
Anything in follow-up to my question?
No, thank you.
Detective, you may return back
1,
to the
2,
table.
3, 4,
Would this
5.
be
I
a
just
good
need to
point for us
count
to break
while
for
I'm
the day?
doing
I
it.
think we've been staring at that snow showers message on the bottom right for a while, so I think that'd be a good idea.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, at this
All right, we
point
can
then,
start
we
day
will
3.
adjourn for the remainder of today. I don't think there's any bad weather this afternoon or tonight or tomorrow, so that should relieve us. However, it's supposed to be very cold tomorrow, so if you want to make any different plans other than leaving the building tomorrow, you'll still have plenty of time to do so. You also may wish to leave, or we'll take enough breaks tomorrow, because as I understand, the flow of the presentation that the state is providing tomorrow will be a day of more difficulty as far as the testimony and evidence which the state will need to
Oh, shit,
present
it's gonna
as
get
we move into
saucy
some of
in
the
day
things
3.
which were discussed in the opening statement, which haven't been brought out yet today.
Oh,
or up to today in
fuck.
the testimony. Your notebooks stay here, and I charge you once again to not discuss anything about this case with anyone where you are headed to or who you are with between now and tomorrow morning, and to not look at any news reports, seek out any information on the internet or the print or digital media.
Next video will be
or
2 hours of
television
footage
any
of just
kind.
like Chandler
And
blinking
if you are subject to anyone trying to
at his
speak to you about
computer
the
or
case,
something.
please ignore them or walk away or put a stop to that, and remain as you have been, diligent, until we see you tomorrow morning.
Hey, I just said the word
Very good
diligent. You
rest
can't
week.
say the word
Thank you.
diligent. I just did.
Oh, and what time?
Copycat
Same time
judge.
if we could. Same time. So we'll strive
Grr,
to start at 8:45
grr.
if everybody's here by 8:45.
Stealing my moves. All right. Okay. Well, it's definitely not
Good
time.
afternoon, everyone. This is James Langer, Digital Content
Hi,
Manager.
James Linger. It's definitely not time for a break, so I'm just gonna fucking find day 3. And we're gonna get to work. We're gonna watch some ladies cry. We're gonna maybe see a dead body. I'm certainly not gonna show that on stream if I can help it. Wait, what? I mean, they just said that today was going to be very hard to get through. The judge, like, gave us all a content warning, essentially. Matt, can you add a Patreon link to the Discord? Because we have our Patreon went live. And it would be awesome to get a command in the bot if it's at all possible.
Ms. Melander, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. I have to ask you 2 questions.
Oh,
First,
no,
I didn't
Matt,
hear
that's the
myself. I don't
worst.
know
I'm
if the court
sorry.
reporter heard. Did you say yes to the oath that you swore?
Oh, I did.
Thank you.
I say yes.
Thank you. With the masks and with being nervous, I'm sure it was hard to tell. I wanted to make sure the record reflected that. Secondly, you just took off your mask. Are you comfortable, and do you think you can safely and responsibly testify without wearing a mask?
I just feel like they won't hear me then.
I appreciate that. And if you can do so, if you're okay being unmasked, we will all, except for whoever's asking questions, be unmasked, so we have that layer of protection. If that's all right with you, please proceed without your mask on. And I'll remask myself, as I'm not going to do any more talking. Attorney Brown.
All right. Good morning. What we're going to start with is I'm going to have you tell us your name and spell it out because the court reporter's writing everything down.
Oh, he
My name is
unalived his
Dulce.
adults of birthing. Yes.
Dulce
Yes.
Melander, and DULCE MELLENDER.
Too nosy to sleep.
And Dulce,
I'm
do you have a
sorry.
daughter named
Please,
Catherine?
please don't
Yes,
feel
I do.
obligated to
Does she
stay,
go
but
by
if
the
you're
name
intrigued into staying, I
And,
am pleased to
for
have
a while,
you.
back last year and maybe a little before, was Kat dating someone named Chandler Halderson?
Yes,
And you got to know Chandler Halderson pretty well yourself, didn't you?
yes, yes.
Approximately, and it's okay if it's just kind of a range, how long do you think your daughter was dating Chandler?
Around 2 years.
Okay. And you would see Chandler pretty frequently?
Yeah, kind of, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt, it's crazy.
So there's this thing we're going to do now where the judge in 1 second is going to have everyone that
They
is wearing a mask
spend
take
way
them
too
off
much
just
time
briefly. That's
talking
over
about
here.
masks.
And I'm going to ask you.
I have to pick up
do you
kids
see
in like
Chandler
half
in
an
the
hour.
courtroom? So
Aw.
wait 1 second.
So you
I
won't
would
even
ask
be
if
able to
everyone
get a
who's
good
not in the jury
nap
box
in
would
now.
lower their
Aw.
mask for the count
Maybe
of
the
3
kids
so
will
that
be
the
down to
witness
have
can
a nap
observe
when you
everyone's
get back.
faces. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and replace your masks, please.
Or maybe you
Melander, do
might
you see
just want to
Chandler
get
in
some
the courtroom?
coffee, bud.
Yes.
Can you tell me where he's
So
sitting and kind of
sorry.
describe what his clothes are today?
Can I ask an adulting question?
He's
Of
wearing
course.
a blue tie and kind of white.
And is he sitting to my left over here?
Yes.
I'd ask the record reflect identification.
They would rather fight and cause drama. That sounds like me and my sisters when I was younger.
Your
But
daughter
I could still be called a kid,
in
rightfully.
the course of dating Chandler, sometimes stayed with you and sometimes she had her own apartment, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what types of things would you do where you would see Chandler while they were dating?
He will cook. We will cook, or we will be order B-dubs.
B-dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And would you see him every day or every week or a couple times a month?
Repeat the question again.
How often would you see him?
Often when Catherine
9 and
was
10
at
years
home,
old,
yeah.
so the next few years are going to be the worst.
Were you aware from
But
Chandler if he had a job?
As teens,
back
as
in-
long as
in
you are patient and
2021
kind with
before all this
them
happened?
and teach them about patience and kindness, they are going to be
working at,
best friends so soon. They're going to be best friends so soon.
What is the name of that?
And it
you
will
give
be
me a
so
second?
nice. 9 and 10 is such a wonderful age for boys.
He
They're
was
still so
working
sweet,
at the swimming.
but they're also like starting to become their own people.
I think he was the DNR.
I love
or,
kiddos.
yeah.
Do you know what he was doing for them?
Well, he's a good swimmer, so he wasn't called to, I don't know, to rescue, to see something on the waters.
I think she's extra nervous
but it was
because
something with the
she's
DNR, I
ESL.
remember.
He would get called to.
Yeah,
to
but they aren't my
rescues and things
kids,
like that.
sister-in-law's
Yes,
kids, and I
yes,
have
yes,
some
very-
thoughts about that.
I
Fair
think it
enough.
was very
Fair enough. I'm not here to
At some
fucking
point, did Chandler get another
parent
job
parent
that you were
either.
aware of?
So like
Oh,
maybe
yes,
just don't ever
I
pay
think-
attention to me. I don't have
Yes.
children.
Tell me about what
I
job
just
was that?
remember very,
That was
very well what
American
it's like to
Family
be one.
Insurance.
And what sticks out to you about remembering?
And I
about
know
Chandler
the
working at
stuff
American
that
Family
my
Insurance?
parents failed at.
Well, I took him out to eat because he got the job, but he was he had people, a group of people. They were putting on for him.
Well, it's really nice of you to go and pick up her
yes.
kids.
So you took him out to eat when he got
That's
the
what I
job?
may hear about
Yes.
if I am
Where did
moving
you
from
go to
first
eat?
round interview to
Oh,
second today. It's for a position in my
Mexican
apartment
Rositas.
building.
He
Do I go
likes
ask? They'll
the
be open for
tacos.
50 more minutes, or do I
And
wait?
was
I
this
want to
kind
look
of a
invested, not
celebratory
overbearing,
dinner? Did
pestering.
people dress up
Absolutely,
and
go
things
ask.
like
Just
that?
be like,
Yeah,
like
he
no
was
pressure
dressed
if you
up
guys are
really
busy.
nice.
But I just wanted
And
to ping you in case you
Did Mr.
forgot,
Halderson, or did
because
Chandler
I'm
tell
very
you- tell
interested
you
in
about the
this.
job that he was getting at American Family
That's what I
Insurance?
would do.
Briefly.
I don't mind. It gets me out and
It was
walking. Oh,
something
that's a
about
lovely
computers.
attitude.
You know, he's a computer guy.
And he was dating your daughter at this time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Were you happy that your daughter's boyfriend had a job?
Yes.
Good luck. We'll be waiting for you, Mothman's
Yes.
cousin.
Overruled. The answer can stand.
What did that mean?
No, it was all legal nonsense. We'll just, it's all right. So after the time you take him out to celebrate getting the American Family job, you get Mexican food. Did Chandler ever talk to you much about his job at
Mexican
American
food is the
Family
bestican
Insurance?
food.
Yeah, he was working at home. That's about it.
Ariba.
Did you know anything about exactly what he was doing?
Just computers.
Did
I
you know?
think-
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think it was just computers and also I think it was just computers.
Thinking back to that dinner where you were celebrating him getting the job at American Family, if you had to give us kind of an approximate time, do you know when that was?
I think it was afternoon, mid-afternoon maybe. I don't quite remember.
What time of the year?
Oh,
Do you know if it was in the spring? Do you remember at all? It's okay if you don't.
no, I don't remember.
Who all went to that dinner?
Just him and I.
Oh, okay. You two together.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Oh God.
asked him
Hard
to
to say
meet
no
me
to
there.
any kind of bread.
Whose idea was it to go out?
Mine.
And because he had gotten the job?
Yes.
And you paid for dinner, I would imagine?
I've been
Yes.
hardcore craving raisin bread lately.
So other than knowing he worked on some computer stuff and for American Family, did you know anything else about that job, really?
Well, he wanted to do the
I
solar
also
panels,
love getting
but
out
I
of
don't know.
context clips.
I don't know. The American Family was getting him for the solar panels, but I know he was
Some garlic bread and spaghetti.
very
I
good
have
in
that for dinner a
computers.
lot. It's one of my favorite dinners.
Was
and it's
Chandler
cheap.
around this time, was he going to school anywhere while he was working
You
out
just
of
make raisin bread. It's not hard. I have all the stuff for it too. Like you're right. I should just make some. I should.
He was having.
Oh, no.
He was doing a credit. Because he was going to UW, so he was needed a credit to go to the UW.
Yes,
I
thank you
think.
so much,
I
Matt.
think.
Thank you.
Because Catherine's, I think.
Did Chandler talk to you
Ah,
much about
Snuggles,
going to
you're the
school
best.
and what classes he was taking?
No. It was one class that he needed to graduate.
He was about to graduate.
I think so.
Going into kind of the late spring of last year, so May and then into June and maybe the summer into July, just before everything started, that bad happened, did Chandler get a new job somewhere else in the country?
Your Honor?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but can we approach real quick?
Okay. We're going to have a conversation that nobody else can hear, so we use this white noise.
It's so weird to watch this not from a movie where we get to hear what they're saying. Damn, maybe I will make raisin bread. I have a bunch of raisins I got from the crisis center. Do I have cinnamon? I don't like cinnamon as much. I'm really picky about cinnamon, so I wouldn't put cinnamon in my raisin bread, but I would definitely put like brown sugar, maybe some clove and nutmeg. Do you want me to set it on a timer so bot says the command like every hour? No, I don't think that's necessary. That feels really greedy. I don't want to do that. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Maybe someday we will. Like, if chat starts to get really active and we're sure that it will get pushed very often. But not it will get pushed on you very often. It will get pushed off screen very often. I just feel weird about. I don't like to do self-promotion. I don't like to.
And where was that job?
It makes me feel like I'm like being pushy about everyone giving me their money.
He was supposed to get samples, but I don't know of what. But he was going to Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Did he tell you what company it was?
You know the very pricey cars? It's a very pricey car. I don't know the name of the car.
What's that car?
Oh, like $50,000 car.
Tesla?
Tesla, yes. But I think Tesla has another company that is from Tesla.
This
I don't
poor
remember
woman.
the name. I'm sorry.
Having to explain subsidiaries in a second language. Fuck that.
Did he share with you any details about what this job was and what he'd be doing?
He was going to get those samples, and he also was working for the solar panels too, because I think it has something to do. It's kind of an engineering job or something like that. Yeah.
The job in Florida was?
Yes.
Did he tell you personally, if you'd be making more money?
I hate the kind of insecurity that comes from people having to speak
But
English
he
as their
says that he
second
will
language
have
and like
a good-
listening to them
a good job. It will good
be
money.
insecure about them like struggling to communicate and stuff. It's just it's so shitty that somebody who is obviously smart enough to like
it was
know
an
a second
apartment
language
that he
has to
showed
feel
me.
dumb. You know what I mean? Like it feels
in
awful. It's
his,
just like no,
cell
I
phone.
like want to tell you how smart and awesome I think you are, but that feels like a condescending thing to
yes.
do right now when you're feeling insecure
yes.
about it.
Tell me what you knew about that from Chandler.
Well, Catherine has my car, and I say that, you know, Catherine,
Well, I think that
you guys
it
need
can
a car, take
happen
my
like
car,
so many
and
times
the-
before
we
they
were- the
look
three
in
of
and
us,
they
we were
like tell
talking
you.
about
I could be wrong, but I think that jury duty is kind of like a
about
lax
the car in the
deal
apartment.
because they can't
And-
like you can only be summoned by mail. Hey, and mail is not something that is really.
It's just a bed burp.
It was your first summons ever. Yeah, I don't think that you'll
And
get in trouble for that.
he
I ignored a summons once
he says that
because
his
depression
cars
that
over there,
bad.
they are
I
very
just ignored
cheap
it and I never got
because,
in trouble. I feel awful
because
awful about it, but
older people
like I couldn't
they're
get out of bed.
kinda-
I didn't know who
they
to
don't
call.
drive
I like
anymore,
it
or
was
they're
awful.
past, and then they have cars in there. So he was ordering the car, and I say that I will sign my car for them can
They
sell
probably
it,
didn't even
and they
notice,
can
right?
buy maybe 2 cars. Oh, and then he was saying, oh, I will take care of it.
She mentioned your daughter. Was your daughter?
Why be awful when you can be waffle? Spread positivity,
Yes.
y'all. Walk around with a bag of waffles to hand out to people. Waffles are delicious. The great equalizer. The
day that he brought Catherine home because
what
she
what am
had,
I why did I
an
say the
injury
great
in her
equalizer? That
back.
is not what I was trying to
He
say.
did.
The
He
human
basically asked
condition.
me.
I don't know what to say. Everybody loves waffles.
I was very worried.
I'll hand out baguettes.
She's my
You're in
only
charge of the croissants.
I was
The
uncertain.
croissant, if you want to be a real cunt about it. Or French.
Yes.
You're not a cunt if you're just French and that's how you say croissant.
Kind of the 4th of July week. Okay? You remember the 4th of July weekend that we mentioned last year?
Oh, yes. Yes.
On the 4th of July weekend, there was some.
Hello, anything interesting today? So far, just this lady.
Yes.
You were living here in Madison at the time, right?
Yes.
But
Waffles are the key to equality. They will bring the
Yes.
world together.
Yes.
has a farm kind of in a rural area of Dayton, right?
Yes.
So it's Cress's farm, but you're engaged.
And it'll help with world hunger. Absolutely.
We got engaged in May.
In May.
Yes.
Honestly, very often the thing you were summoned for gets canceled the night before or the day of due to the parties settling. So that quite
Yes.
likely could have happened and they never noticed your absence as a result. Because you never
I
were
lived part-time
absent,
there,
technically. Sick.
Judge. Sorry.
Or when you
again.
think
Can
about
we
it, the
approach?
exact opposite, considering pancakes versus waffles is one of the biggest debates. It's true. You're not wrong about that, even though waffles are infinitely better than pancakes. It doesn't matter moving forward. Also, be careful about saying that handout water business. We do not want to get sued by Nestle. Or the GOP. They redrew district lines in Illinois, and somebody posted a map of it on Reddit, and it was some of the cringest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Well, we have a swimming pool, and we ask if they want to swim, they can swim or just eat. And
Government will sue you for collecting rainwater. It's the most insane thing. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
at the
crazy.
farm.
It's absolutely fucking bonkers. Capitalism is not the fucking way.
do I have to face them?
But do pull the microphone a little bit closer because the fans seem fairly noisy right now. Go ahead.
It's like a paradise. It's peaceful.
The only state that is against the law is Colorado. I don't think
It's
that's true.
green, and it's
I
flowers
don't think
that
that
you
that's
don't
true.
see.
I think it's illegal in a few. Then again, I only have like Reddit anecdotes and stuff to go off of. Examining that right now in this moment, you could be absolutely right.
it's just beautiful.
So the 4th of July weekend, who all went to the farm for this evening?
I just don't think anywhere in existence should
Chandler,
it be
Catherine,
illegal for
James,
you to collect a barrel of
one of
rainwater
James'
on your
friend,
property if you choose. You know what I mean?
Michael,
crazy
and
to me.
Papa and me.
I feel like I heard about it when it happened in Oregon, like that it happened in Oregon when I was living in Oregon, that they made that they brought that into law.
I beg your pardon?
Did Chandler ever tell you around that time about suffering any sort of concussion or head injury?
Oh, we knew. I knew that
Tony,
he
I
had a
think I
concussion.
understand what you're saying, but is there a way that you could say it in a
yeah,
more accessible
he
way in
fell.
case I don't?
And was Chandler acting the same or differently than usual on the 4th of July?
He was kind of okay.
Turns out information you find on Reddit is actually worth a
Quiet.
lot more than studies, so you might know more about this. Okay, so it's a lot
yeah,
like the
he was
vaccine
sitting
in
at
that
the table
way.
with the other kids, so.
What types of things did you do that day?
We ate, and we were waiting that the kids will be going and use the pool, and then went and used the pool, actually. Just
Oh, this is the lady
Just
whose
happy that the
pool he
kids were
supposedly used, except for he was actually out burying his parents.
yeah. Catherine and
So that in such a nice way.
Jim's friend
I'd be
used the
like,
pool.
I'm not smart enough to understand. That's typically how I do.
I don't know if Chandler got into
If
the
that makes
pool,
you feel
but
any
I
better.
think Chandler always was cleaning the debris.
I think listening to all this legalese
Yeah,
is rubbing off on
yeah.
me. I'm getting verbose for no reason.
The next day, do you know if Chandler went back to the farm?
Ran it by our concierge, who I'm good friends with because knitting.
Yes.
Turns out right now would not be a good time to ask, and so I did not. Hey, it's good to listen to
Because
context clues,
Catherine
hey?
texts me.
Doxy, what I mean about the river watershed is that all the other states downstream of Colorado have legal rights over the water too.
I
So
fly to the
basically, you
farm,
can't like
yes.
mass collect rainwater.
Why do you fly to the farm? That's so fast.
I was just worried.
Sure. I feel like I kind of understand that.
Can I have 1 minute?
There's none about the water from the corner.
Oh,
I know there's a small. Do you want to take it?
yes.
Do you need a break?
I think we're gonna need somebody to bring sources here.
Do you
I think somebody needs to
that you
offer
need
some
more than just a few
sources.
moments outside of the courtroom?
And then we will figure this out once and for all, hey?
I'll go ahead and excuse the witness. Don't talk about your testimony with anyone, but you can go back to where Ms. Brown is in the vestibule.
Vestibule is one of my favorite words.
Go right this way. You forgot your mask. I'll grab it.
Hi, Inno. How are you? Good to see you. I'm a very hongers.
If it's all right with the jury, we'll just stay. You can stand up.
I
if
do
you need
maintain
to
that
or
capitalism
stretch.
is not the way.
But I think if we excuse
Not
ourselves
all
and,
out, not all out, unadulterated
additional time, as you
capitalism
know better than
anyway.
I, how long it can take.
How often do you think they are going to pay to send lawyers to court over a bucket of rainwater? I feel like there's more frivolous things that the government takes people to court over, or at least threatens to get like fines and stuff paid. I'm gonna see how much of a break this is really quick so that we can do some time management on this video here. Oh, okay. We're like here. As the West dries out, more than this stuff will become more important. Yeah, absolutely.
By the driveway, because my fiance sometimes is a big farm, so sometimes she just like to be with just no top.
Sure. In the pool.
To go to the pool, yeah, he might.
Prior to by himself, alone without Kat,
What is
the
happening?
better question is, do you know if Chandler usually went out there by himself?
Oh, no. No, Chandler will never go to the farm without Catherine.
So this would have been the first time that you're aware of?
Yes.
Time to make some
So
whack
you
conspiracy
drive out
about
to
rain
the farm.
collection.
You flew
How
out
do we
there, I think
tie
you
it
said.
back around
Yes,
to the
because I
Illuminati
was
or
worried
something?
that Chandler will had the shock of his life seeing my partner.
When you get there, do you talk to your partner, Cress?
When I got there, it was
On my
Chandler
own curiosity, I looked it up, and collecting
Chris
rainwater is legal in all states, but some
talking
states
on the
have
porch.
limitations. Some states give
know what they were
tax
talking about?
credits
Did
for
you
equipment
overhear it?
purchased for rainwater collection.
Well, I
Interesting.
opened the door and Chandler looked like sad,
you for
kind
bringing
of
the info.
sleepy, like,
Hi, babe.
those, like, I don't
I
know.
love you.
He did not look okay to me, but I didn't hear what they were talking until Chris says there was.
Yeah, we were talking about
some
Archer
news.
earlier. That's insane.
There was some news. Do you know what the news was? Did you hear Chandler talk about it?
That's crazy.
What was that
You
news?
just said that.
That he didn't get a job.
Which job?
The one in Florida.
Okay. Do you know why he didn't get that job?
Because he couldn't. He was supposed to be there, but his
Hello,
brother got
Eldana. How
sick,
are you?
So he couldn't.
Everybody
go.
make sure that Eldana
And
feels
the
welcome.
next time, he fell and couldn't go, and I think they couldn't hold the job anymore because he can't go. He couldn't fly to Florida.
Because of the fall?
The concussion, his concussion was really bad.
What did
This lady is
Chandler ask
ultra
to do, or
likable.
what happened next at the farm?
Well, we were very supportive. We were like, he lost a good job, and I was worried about
Trying to get undressed from work.
him putting on money for the apartment.
I have to write down how many bobby pins I have in my hair. If I have to use more than like 4, I have to write it
We're
down
trying
and
to-
put it at my
Chris
vanity,
and
or
I
else
were
I will
trying
forget. And
to find out
I
how
will
can we
leave it
help
like I have
him
so much fucking hair, man.
to, because he looked really, really
And bobby
like,
pins are small. Ugh.
down and.
Did you all stay together, or did some point Chandler go somewhere else on the farm?
We were talking, and then after that, he basically excused himself to go swimming.
And did he go by himself, or did you go with him at that point?
No, he went by himself.
Okay. What did you and Cress do while Chandler was swimming?
Tried that and kept miscounting.
We were
Oh no.
trying to figure it out how to help them.
Bobby
how
pins have their
to
own
help
annoying
him.
magic, hey?
He just got a
I
concussion.
just found out
I was
the
very
pack of bobby
upset
pins
with
that I just bought from
Krista
Giant Tiger are
because
like the worst, thinnest, most brittle bobby pins I've ever fucking
why
had.
she
and I'm
wasn't
kind of sad about it, but they're really
to
pretty. They're
taking
like a
him that
bronze
day.
color.
He has a doctor's appointment.
You thought his mom should have been there.
Yeah, so we were talking about, as a mom, I was very upset with his mom.
How long? At some point, did you go down to the pool to check on Chandler with Cress?
Yeah, we were I was asking Chris to what we're gonna have for dinner. I bring chicken, and she was very upset. And yeah, it was a while.
How long do you think it was before you went down to check on Chandler at the pool?
I don't know, probably half an hour maybe, or a little bit longer, because
It only took him half an
know. I'm
hour to
sorry.
bury
That's
his
okay.
fucking mom.
Did you go alone or did you?
Well,
and
I guess
Cress
it was
go
just her
together?
legs, hey?
No, we got together.
Get my hair cut tomorrow.
And
And
how
then in
did-
June,
how
I'm
did you
going to
get down
color
to
my
that
hair.
area?
Ooh, exciting. Do you have like inspo pics that you want to
we
share with us
use,
at all? Feel free to.
A little car.
Oh, you don't know
We
yet.
mowed the lawn.
Even more exciting.
A lawnmower?
The possibilities are
lawnmower.
endless.
So I basically inherited the lawnmower that Papa used to use, and
I like how
so
impressed
we-
you sounded with his digging skills.
you know,
Yo, that shit's impressive.
I got two grannies going.
Digging is
You were
hard.
both on the lawnmower?
Digging
Yes.
sucks.
Um,
I mean, it's really
And,
good exercise,
did you
and I
drive down
actually
toward the
kind of
pool?
like it. But like, it's a lot of work. It takes longer than
Well,
you
yes, we
time
we
a lot
drove to
for
the
it.
Pool, yes.
Tell me
every
about
time.
where you went as you were driving.
What do you mean?
Yeah, where did you go first when you started driving down to the pool?
I feel like it would
Well,
take
we went
two humans,
to the pool,
two
in
like
a little
full-grown,
hill, so we went, and we
able-bodied,
didn't see
healthy men, a
Chandler
full
swimming.
fucking
We
work
didn't see
day
anything. So
to dig a grave.
we
I
went,
feel like that's
we
got to be true.
turned right, and
All right, I
know,
want to
we-
apologize to the brother. This
saw the
sweet
car,
little
and I
lady
thought he
is
was
now my
sleeping.
friend's suspect.
Where was the car in relation to the pool? Was it close or farther away?
Here in Washington State, we have to file for water rights in order to collect
Would it help
rainwater,
if I
and
showed you
even
a
then,
map?
we are only allowed
Oh,
to
yes.
use
A
the
photo?
water on the
or a
land
photo, yeah.
I have a huge photo
on which
of
it
the
was
farm.
collected.
Oh,
That makes sense because
gonna
of
show you-
different, like
was
Washington
big.
is so biodiverse.
number
Hey,
57. Is
that
that
makes
the
a
farm?
lot of sense that they do that.
From above? From like an airplane?
Yes, that is the shed.
I helped Abe dig a trench around his house ages ago,
Yes,
and
so
that
the
shit was
house
fucking
you
miserable. Yeah,
cannot
I
see
bet
it
that was not
because
fun.
it's a lot of trees.
Sure.
But can I point it?
Yeah, so here's what I'll do. Does this look to be like what the farm
finally
would
decided
look like
to
back in
embrace
July,
my age and
except
went
for all
full
of these
silver?
police
Fuck
cars
yeah,
that are kind
bud.
of involved. But otherwise, is this what the farm looked like?
Yes.
All right, I'll move 57 into evidence.
Any objections?
No objection.
Did
It
you
is
like?
received.
Did
It
you
may
go
be
a
published.
natural
All right,
silver
I'm gonna
or a
move
metallic
this a
silver?
little bit closer to you, okay?
Okay.
And
My first gray
You can
hair
stand
was
up if you
also
like.
a beard
How about
hair.
If you could you point? Where's the driveway?
on the
meet
bottom of
road?
my jaw,
Where's the
legit.
entrance to the farm?
Where should I post pics in the Discord? I
Follow it
mean,
all
you
the way
can post
down.
them in general, or
And
if you want to, you could just
right
post
there?
them in chat
Oh,
here.
I'll
Is
post
fine too.
And
You are super
where's the
allowed
house?
to
Can you
post
point to that?
links
You can
in
kinda
my
see the
chat
roof.
as long as it's not like porn and stuff, and the mods are.
And where's the
thrilled with
pool
it.
that we're talking about? Okay. Now, if you could, kind of standing off to the side so these folks can see you, if you could
Oh my
point
god! I did not
to
realize that I was under the
maybe
video
just
there.
take your
I'm so
finger
sorry, you guys.
and trace the way
Don't
that you drove
hesitate
down
to yell
the
at me
pool
when I
on
do that.
lawnmower.
Then again, I doubt many people really like watch the
And
crochet as
the
much
pool is
when
here.
there's a video
Where did you say you saw Chandler's car?
on screen.
About right here.
Okay. And you said you thought he was sleeping?
It's just photos you have. Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. 1,000,000% feel free to just post them in general.
So I thought he was sleeping.
Okay.
Mini chicken tacos and sour cream.
did
Yum.
you drive your lawnmower? Did you folks drive over by that car to look in? And what did you see?
Took 2 bleachings to get rid of the black and purple over a couple of weeks. It was supposed to be a metallic, but it came out very natural.
I saw something,
I genuinely love the look of silver hair.
you know, when you put a car and it's like a little,
Like a ramp?
yeah, like a little ramp,
Okay.
like a gray kind of.
Bill, you want to move the mic? It's really difficult to hear.
Sure.
Yep.
How about you take a seat real quick, and we'll keep asking
And
questions.
while we're moving, let me just reflect for the record that if you think of the upper half of the picture and the middle of the upper half, the witness indicated that the road from the access road to the driveway to the house is in the upper middle portion of the half. You can see a small amount of roadway. She traced her finger through the woods, demonstrating that the house is within the wooded area in that upper quadrant, identified the swimming pool as a round shape, and indicated that the driving with herself and Cress on the lawnmower was from the area approximately where the house was down to the back of the shed, and indicated that the vehicle of Mr. Halderson was lower into the lower half of the picture, approximately where you can see some unidentified objects that don't appear to be cars. Is that accurate, counsel?
That's fair. Well, why don't you, if you could, one more time, point to where Mr. Halderson's car was when you drove down there?
That's the part I couldn't see as clearly.
It was right over here.
All right. And so we'll just say that is approximately 3 inches below the barn on the photograph. Okay.
And in between the cars and the other items, if you were to split that distance kind of at a
Don't appear to be
at an
cars. Please
intersection
tell me, not
between
the
a line
bodies.
south-
Are you talking
south
about
of-
like
south
what?
if you view north is the top of the picture of the barn intersecting with a
This
line
is definitely
between those
cars,
white cars and the other
cars,
objects.
cars right there.
Any problem with that description, counsel?
This looks like,
All right, thank you.
yeah,
And
the
we have to
bodies
do
are
that 'cause
definitely
we're
not
typing
there.
out the court record. So when we point to things, the judge will describe what they are sometimes. So you saw
Remember
the
at my high
car,
school, there
you
was
said
no
the back was open,
unnatural
and
hair
you saw
color
maybe
rule, so
a
a bunch of
ramp
the girls
type thing.
dyed their hair
Did
ombre
you see
gray
Chandler
and then
in
got
that car?
suspended.
No.
That's quite ageist of your school. Oh, good. Do not want to see the
no.
bodies. Yeah, I imagine they'll warn us, and I will have ample opportunity
I'm sorry.
There we go.
when they, because they will show pictures of
Chandler
the body
wasn't
in
in the
court.
car?
Like that's going
At
to
that
happen.
time, when you're looking at the
but I
car,
will
did you
try to
see
make
where
sure that
Chandler
you guys
was right
don't
then?
See that.
No.
Did you know where Chandler was?
By all means, know that I am a flawed human being, and technology is also flawed. If you are not
What did
willing
you
to
and Crest
see that stuff,
But she was
this
upset.
is 1,000,000% not the channel
And I
for
said,
you.
well,
like I'm just gonna throw that out there, and I'll miss you if you gotta go. But like the
I'm sorry, object to.
chance, like
Possible hearsay that may come out.
it's a non-zero chance that I could fuck up
Possible
and you could
hearsay
see a
that may
dead
come out.
body.
What?
I'm
sorry.
Attorney Brown will rephrase the question to make sure he's asking what you thought or said.
Sure. And you know Cress is going to
Also,
testify
mostly
next,
looking
right?
at chat. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
In this
good
case.
shit.
So the jury is only going to hear from you now and then Cress next. So anything
Yeah,
she
that
said
was
we'll
by
hear
no
from her.
means me trying to push
But what
it out.
did you and Cress do at that time? Not what was said, but
But
what
as
did you
long
do?
as
We
long
went
as
to the
we're
pool.
both okay with those parameters.
You jumped in the pool.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it just you and Cress in the pool?
Yeah.
At some point while you were in
Yeah,
the pool,
agree, Tony.
did
I
you see
definitely got
Chandler
sent
or
home
figure
for
out where Chandler
school or
was?
for inappropriate clothes
No,
and
he was
stuff
coming to the pool.
in school
okay, you saw
when
him?
other like more popular girls would not.
If you could, I'm going to have you stand up.
I guess the
and
teachers
point
weren't as
to
attractive
where's the
to me.
Where did you see Chandler coming from the first time you saw him while you were in the pool?
So they didn't want to see me in it, so they would send me home and I would have to change. I don't know. But like I got sent home for
And did you
midriff
see where
stuff,
he'd come from before that?
and other
I'll note
girls
the witness
did not.
just pointed to the right of the barn, essentially. That's fine.
Also, girls should be able to bear their fucking
Thank you.
midriffs
That
at
does
school
appear
if
to
they
be
want.
accurate. Counsel for the defense
100%.
agrees.
They just
Perfect.
should be able
We
to.
have what you pointed to reflected accurately in the record. Thank you.
What did Chandler do?
People are so fucking weird about each other's bodies. Like, I don't
You saw him
understand
coming.
why
Where did he go, or
we're
what did he
not
do?
able to just run around naked if it's hot. Like,
He
maybe just don't rape
asks
people.
he
Whatever.
wants to- is he can get in the pool.
You didn't even dress
with
all
us.
that provocatively. You're not wrong. I
And
super
what did-
didn't.
what did
Not
you
very
say?
often. But I definitely did
I
get
was like-
spaghetti straps. It happened once, and midriff stuff. It happened once.
I
There was a short skirt incident too.
was like, no.
No.
But I say it myself, no.
Why?
We had a 6X t-shirt we had to wear if our clothes were against the rules. I often got singled out being the only goth girl. I really do feel like it was because I was like the
Because
skid
Chris,
type
they
that
have-
they
Close on the top.
fucked with me so much.
She didn't have a top. Okay. Did Chandler What happened next? Did Chandler go away? Did he get in the pool? What happened?
He got in the pool.
What did Chandler do once he got in the
Sleeping
pool?
just so gross.
He was just,
I still have a camo jacket that I wear all the time. It's just a fashion camo jacket now.
He was looking to the horizon.
I like camo a
And
lot.
was
I
he
know
in the
it's
water?
like trashy or whatever.
Yes.
And like I
How
came
was he,
from a
what was he
trailer
doing
park,
in the water
obviously. I
physically?
like
Was
camo.
he moving around? Was he
etc.,
swimming?
He
etc.
was
But
like
I just
going
do.
underwater.
I just like it. I think it's
and,
cool.
You know, put it on water on his body.
The weird
and-
high school stigma on
you
girls'
know.
bodies
So
is
you're
part of
making
why
those
I'm so
motions on
scared
your
of
arm.
repulsed
And
by
this is
being
one of those weird
sexualized.
things
I'm
because we
sex
have to
repulsed to
type down
begin
everything that's
with.
happening.
But
How
that
would you
weird
describe
atmosphere
what he was
happened at the
doing
time
when
in
you-
which
when
my
you put
black
your
and white
hands on your
autism
arms?
brain internalized them.
like
Yeah,
he
I can
was,
understand
you
why
know,
that would be a
put it
bigger
on
struggle for
water.
you than most people.
You know, when you
I
put
definitely know
water
that I was
and-
paid a lot of sexual attention before I ever even hit
So staring
puberty.
off kind of through that
so it was
field
like
toward the
it,
horizon and
it didn't even register as weird to me
Yes,
then.
because Chris is behind me, and I put my body to kind of shield her, but Chandler was looking to the horizon. And then he turned around, and then he was getting more underwater, and you know, he was like underwater, like.
Was he saying anything?
Not much. The water was nice and warm, but
Did you or Cress ask Chandler?
I can smell my
where he
big
had been?
baboose making dinner, and I'm excited.
Objection to the form of the question.
At our school during orientation every year, the same female
did
teacher always
Chandler
made the
tell
same
you
joke,
where
very
he had
much
been?
joking. How girls don't
No,
go
I thought
distracting
he
the
was-
boys.
he
One year
went
she
for a
wasn't
walk
available, and
'cause he
assistant teacher
wasn't
had to
in the
do her
car, he
talk, and
was
for the most part did her
walking.
speech word
That
for
is what I
word.
thought.
Students
That is
recorded it, and
what
it was
I
in the
thought. That's
news.
what I say
For the
to
following
Chris.
year, the dress code didn't mean shit for girls because
Now, I'm
no
gonna
one
ask
was
you a
willing to
question.
call
If you
them
don't
out on
remember,
it.
that's
Oh my
okay. But
god.
when Chandler was walking toward the pool, and right before he got in, did he still have all his clothes on, or did he have some of his clothes off?
he had his shorts on.
Assistant principal, yeah, I definitely
and he didn't have his. I think his shirt.
I didn't
was
even
off.
fucking notice
Yeah, I think so.
that you said assistant teacher.
So tell me if I'm remembering this correctly. So you see him walking, coming from next to the barn. As you see him, he's wearing his shorts, but not his shirt. He gets in the pool. He stares off kind of toward the horizon, and he is splashing water onto himself. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Did he tell you anything at all about what he was going to do next or what his plans were that day?
Yes, he was going to my place because Catherine was making his favorite. And we asked what was his favorite. And he says McDonald's.
He's going to go get McDonald's.
McDonald's. And I said, Catherine is a lazy. She should not make McDonald's.
You thought your daughter would cook something better.
She's just roasting her daughter with her daughter's boyfriend.
Food in the house.
Sure. How long were you in the pool with Chandler? You and Cress and Chandler. How long did that last?
I don't know. Probably.
Fuck, that was funny.
I don't remember how long, but I mean, we were still, I think maybe 15 minutes, maybe.
Do you know how it ended? Did everyone get out at the same time?
Hi, Alicia Biker. How are
How
you?
did it end with Chandler at least being there?
Chandler, after Chandler, went and swim for a little bit. He didn't swim because he didn't even wet his hair. After he went and just splashed himself, then he get out of the pool and
Just genuinely didn't get that. Could be a problematic joke said by the wrong
and
people.
then
Yeah,
I
for
feel more
sure.
comfortable, and so
For sure.
Chandler left at that point?
yes. Well, he has to go
That's
back.
just
to
like an
pick up
episode of a
his car.
sitcom, straight up. That poor man was the main character of a
did you see him
sitcom
after
for
that,
a
or did he
day
leave at
and
that
not a
point,
very fun
after he got his
episode
car?
of it.
No, he just went, got
Playing
his
Red Dead
card and
Online.
then
I'm
drove
just
off,
crocheting a scarf, hanging
we
out
just
with Chit Chat.
wave him.
We launched
We
the
was very happy
Patreon
that
today,
he
which is
was-
exciting.
He came, but which was a
And
strange day.
I
It's strange
have
because Catherine was in the
a
room, but-
video almost all the way edited, and I think I will be able to post it next week. I'm
At
not
any
entirely
point,
sure yet, though.
the day before the 4th of
There's
July,
some
when you
other
were out
moving
there,
parts
or
that
this
I don't
day,
really have
the
any
July
control
5th, Monday,
over.
so Sunday or Monday, when you see Chandler, does he tell you that his parents are anywhere, at a cabin or anything like that?
Yes, he says that they were going up north. They went up north. But that was Sunday.
I think that's an understandable
They
mistake
already
to make.
left,
Oh, fuck,
and I already knew
accidentally just tried to
because
treble crochet there. And that is not what you want.
yeah, I already knew.
That is just not what you want.
Did Chandler ever express any concern to you about where his parents were? That he was worried about them at all?
He looked worried. Yeah.
He looked worried? But maybe, did he say anything about that or just looked worried?
No, he didn't say too much about it. But on Tuesday, that was different.
Right. And then, and we're going to go there in 1 second, but one more question about the July 4th and July 5th when you see Chandler out at the farm. Would you describe the way he was acting, his behavior?
Objection leading.
We'll hear the full question.
Would you describe his behavior or the way he was acting? Was that normal for Chandler? Was it different than usual?
It was a little bit different.
Okay. What do you mean?
On that Sunday?
Yeah, let's talk about Sunday or even
Yes.
Monday the next day. What do you mean by different?
Sunday when he was kind of
Autopiloting
okay,
a treble. Yeah,
and,
that's so weird. You
with
so
the kids
rarely
because
use
the
a treble,
kids sit
hey?
down in the same table, and they were interacting, but for some reason Chandler was, a little bit more quiet in a way. But he was, and he looked kind of also sleepy.
On the 4th of July?
Yeah.
What about the next day?
Tired. The next day, I'm sorry, I just thought that Chandler was so depressed that he probably took his mom's pills because she had cancer. So I thought
Objection.
oh. What?
May we approach?
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. We're going to talk again.
Yeah, she was speculating. That's not allowed. I didn't even realize. Alarm bells were going off in my head, but I didn't know why. When she was like, he was probably taking his mom's pill. It was the probably that did it, and I didn't even realize. I'm not sure, Mothman's cousin. I am not a legal expert by any stretch. I imagine I will get more knowledgeable as time goes on if we're going to keep watching these court cases.
I'm going to ask the question
fuck.
differently. Sometimes when we do that, I'll rephrase the
Okay,
question. Maybe I'll ask
sorry,
it
1
differently.
second.
You talked to the police a lot in this case, right? And told them what happened?
Right.
Fair to say that you described that day, the 5th, when Chandler was out there, that he was acting kind of dopey and
Sorry
just
about that,
way
guys.
different than usual, maybe.
Right.
Okay. Now, after this day is over and Chandler leaves, that's the 5th. So you saw him on July 4th, 4th of July, everyone's out. July 5th, he's out using the pool. You see him a couple days later, right? Tell me about that.
The next day?
Yeah,
Well, it was Tuesday, so we had beat-ups.
sure. Is that your normal thing?
Yeah,
You have some Buffalo Wild Wings that day?
yeah.
She's so lazy.
That's a family
She shouldn't make B-dubs.
Yes, Chandler, James, and Catherine and I will like
I feel
beat-ups,
very
so
bad for all of
we
these
always
witnesses.
buy what
I feel like
my
it probably
sons likes,
is
what
not.
Catherine likes, what Chandler likes, and what I like. And it's just
good
the
time
four of
to
us.
be a
And that was
witness
on
in a murder
Tuesday?
trial, you know,
Yes.
like
Because
to
it's
be
buy one, get
involved
one
in a
free,
murder
isn't it?
trial. It's probably not
I
a
think
great
so.
time.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Unless you're
And you've mentioned James a couple times. James
like
is your son.
super,
Yes.
super into
correct.
court and you happen
this was at your
to
house?
be called for
Yes.
jury duty, then I imagine it's probably.
Did Chandler say anything? And again, I'm only looking for things Chandler said to you, not James or Catherine. They're, that's a different thing. But did Chandler say anything to you when you guys were doing the Buffalo Wild Wings night about his parents or where they were?
He was just worried because he wasn't here from his parents yet.
Okay. Did he tell you anything more about that?
No.
How was he acting on this day?
Tired. Sad in a way, maybe.
Okay. At some point, did you find out that Bart and Krista Halderson were missing? Like that people were looking for them and they didn't know where they were?
Well,
yeah, I feel really awful for her having to be
Two
up here. This is the
times
longest we've
it
had a
was
witness
brought
up
up that-
without watching a
that they
very
were
long
missing.
exhibit.
And on Tuesday, I
I guess
questioned myself
viewing a very
how they
long-lasting
missing.
exhibit
And
to like break
I
up testimony.
questioned saying, I will say that I didn't hear from my parents, or my parents hasn't called me, or I would not say missing unless I know they
Apple
were
juice
missing.
break. That's what they need. I don't like apple juice by itself. It's too rich for me.
And I know other people.
I know
may
that
have, but
I am,
Did you personally talk to Chandler about
a minority in
filing
this
a police
regard.
report or what to do about his
I'm
parents
very
missing,
weird
or
about
what
fruit juice.
actions
I
he should
don't
take?
like grape juice or apple juice by themselves. I need them
Did you
mixed in
know
with
Bart and
other
Krista Halderson
less
very
rich
well yourself?
fruits. And I will only drink orange juice
I
if
just
it
know
has
what
a ton
Chandler
of pulp
told
in
me.
it.
Yeah, and Catherine, of course.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take a break now for just 1 second. So if you want to get a drink of water, but it'll just be about 30 seconds, okay?
Can I?
Sure. Counsel, the witness would like to use the restroom, so I'm going to excuse her to go do that as you consult, and then she'll come right back.
Pulp all day. Yeah, I like high pulp orange juice. The less pulp it has, the more it tastes like stomach acid. Don't feel bad for a cold-blooded killer. Quinn, you quit it right now. this poor sweet lady has done nothing wrong in her life ever besides roasting her daughter with her daughter's boyfriend and then doing it again on the stand of a very public murder trial. That's pretty mean. But other than that, she's never done anything wrong in her life. Hi, babe. Hello. I love you. Love you too. You guys should see how good he fucking looks today. It's ridiculous. If he knew how fucking hot I think he is, which I try to tell him, but he obviously doesn't, because if he knew, he would be strutting around like a peacock all the time. Just shirtless and like with all the smarm. Not smarm, cockiness. I should have sped this up. I'm so sorry. One, two, three, four, five. Just make sure that we're not dropping a stitch again here. Precious Kika, what are you doing, baby kitty? Oh, I love you so much. 1, 2. 3.
Attorney Brown? All right. Attorney Vera, did the defense wish to engage in cross-examination at this time?
Yes, thank you. Would you prefer if I call you Dulce or Ms. Melander?
Dulce.
Okay. I promise I'm not as scary as I make it seem right now. Sometimes I just have to tell Bill not to do things, and that's what we're doing, okay? So I just have a couple questions.
Why is she infantilizing this poor woman?
And I know you may not.
That all
like
that
this
will serve
topic,
to do is
I
make
just
her
wanna clear
even
up
more
some points.
nervous.
When you were talking about Cress
And I don't know,
in the
offended
farm
maybe.
and in the pool, she was topless, correct?
Yes.
And it makes you uncomfortable, correct?
Sleep
Talking
Ninja.
about it.
Thank
Very.
you
The
so
Sleep
much.
Ninja shooting star.
So when we saw you, that was just you
Ugh,
being
you're
uncomfortable
amazing. I
about
appreciate
Cress
that
being
so much.
topless and
Thank you.
Chandler having to see that, correct?
We will be
Both.
doing a subathon, so hopefully
Both
we will
the
be
fact
hitting
that she was
the
topless
goal
and the fact that Chandler had to see.
this week.
No,
Or
that
not this
the
week.
fact
Well,
that
I mean,
she
it will
was
have to be this week. 'Cause this is the
topless
last week of March.
and
hey?
the
And then
Chandler
hopefully we
came
can
in
do
the
a
pool.
shopping stream
Gotcha.
where we shop for yarn and
But as
equipment
far
and stuff. And
as
it'll be really
Chandler
fun.
making you feel uncomfortable, that's not something that you were feeling personally. It was just the situation with Cress being topless. And let me ask it this way. That day in the pool on the 5th, it was just a weird situation. Is that fair?
it was very weird, the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Chandler was acting dopey. I
Yarn
think
shopping
that's what
stream,
they-
ultimate window shopping for sure.
Yes, but also I know Chandler that he is very polite, so I was like kind of surprised how there he went in the pool when Chris was topless, and he made me uncomfortable for that.
And that makes total sense. I would react that way too. Now, as far as your interactions with Chandler go, you mentioned that you took him out to dinner.
It wasn't dinner, it was more like lunch. I think I say it was midday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you took him out for lunch and it was just you and him, right?
Yes, yeah.
Was that the first time you had interactions with Chandler where it was just you and him?
Yes.
And most of the times he's with Kat, correct?
Yes.
And you also mentioned something about whenever it's him and Kat and you guys cook. Is that correct?
Didn't cook, yeah. Chandler is, yes.
Does Chandler help out?
Chandler likes to make good salmon, so yeah, Catherine and Chandler didn't cook.
So
they
they
leave a
cook-
mess, but yeah.
As they do.
Yeah.
All
So they
she's
cook, you
doing
take
is
advantage, but
roasting
then you have
these
to-
kids.
Is that fair?
Well, I have to clean, yeah.
She's poisoning the
food
well.
worth it, at least?
I beg your pardon?
Is the food worth the cleaning? Sorry, is the food worth the cleaning that you have to do?
Oh, yes, Chandler is a good cook.
And I have the same problem you do, or sometimes I need to speak into the mic, so that's why I'm sitting down right now.
Okay.
So in general, your interactions with Chandler and Kat, they're good.
Are you allowed
yes?
stim toys on the witness stand? Also, I hate that they're called toys. I
In
wish we
some
had a better
ways, yes.
word. Like, we'll agree.
and Chandler
I
is a
hate the
quiet person,
infantilization.
correct?
Well,
Yes.
I hate
And
condescending
we'll see
bullshit
your daughter later,
so
but
fucking
she brings
much.
out some
And
of
I imagine,
Chandler's
yeah, it does
funniness,
depend on the
if you will.
judge. An understanding judge, I'm
yes.
sure, would have no problem with it.
He can be funny.
He can be funny, but normally he's just quiet. He's a quiet guy.
That's leading.
I think is when they were together. I mean, he was kind of funny. Yeah, he was. Yeah. In a way, Yeah.
I mean, yes, we're all funny in a way. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I
met
don't have
people
any
that
other
are not
questions for
funny.
you. Thank you so much.
Any redirect? No. May this witness be excused and released? Excused. Okay. You're excused from testifying any further today, or at least this morning. But the state is maintaining you under subpoena, which means you can't discuss your testimony with anyone else. And they'll let you know when you're released from the subpoena itself, all right?
What happens if you get caught talking about a case that you are under subpoena for?
if it's all gone, that's
What do
fine.
you get charged with? What kind of sentencing or like, I guess, repercussions are there? Presume that would be contempt. I can see that. Hi, Sperry. How are you? It's good to see you.
State of Wisconsin calls Crescent LaSalle.
You get charged with the same crimes in the court case. That'd be wild. It's up to the judge's discretion since it's a contempt charge. Okay, gotcha.
Good morning.
Morning.
If you believe you can do so safely and responsibly, testifying without a mask would be our preference. Would that be something you could feel that you could do today?
No.
All right. If you prefer to maintain your mask, I understand. Pull the microphone much closer because it does muffle our sound naturally.
Okay.
And if I have trouble hearing you and I'm really close to you, I'll ask you to do even closer just so everybody who's a little further away can hear. And as you can hear, the blowers are on this morning, so it muffles sound a little bit. Thank you.
Okay.
Please proceed, Attorney Raymond.
Thank you. Could you please state your full name, both first and last?
Bungie
for the record,
Fox,
and
thank
then
you so
spell
much.
both
I
your first
appreciate
and
you.
last.
How are you?
Crescent LaSalle.
Bungie Fox, Bob, boy.
CRESENTL''SAI.
And Ms. LaSalle, do you know somebody by the name of Dulce Melander?
Yes, I do.
How do you know her?
She's my girlfriend.
Okay. And does she refer to you often as Cress?
Yes, everyone mostly does. And you
Okay.
can as well.
And do you know somebody by the name of Catherine Melander?
Yes, I do.
How do you know her?
I know her through Dulce. She's her daughter.
And through Catherine or Kat, did you become acquainted with somebody by the name of Chandler Halderson?
Yes.
And the judge will probably ask everyone to remove their masks, besides you and the jury. But could you see Mr. Halderson Chandler in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
As you look at the faces, I'll ask everyone not in the jury box to lower their mask and then replace their mask, please. Go ahead and answer the question if you could.
Yes.
Could you just let us know where he's seated and perhaps the color of his shirt?
Well, he's sitting across the room over there. He's got a blue tie on.
Okay, I'd ask the record to reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
It shall.
What sort of relationship did you have with Chandler in June or so of 2021?
This year?
Yes.
Oh,
Well, last year technically because it's January, but yes.
true, yeah. Well, I didn't spend a whole lot of time with Chandler. To know him through Catherine mostly. Most
Sure.
of the times I saw him were either get-togethers or through her.
Okay. And roughly, where do you live?
In Cottage Grove, in the town.
In a rural part of Cottage Grove?
Yes.
And just while I approach you, I'm going to put my mask on.
Thank you.
Nobody's ever complained I was quiet. I'm going to show you what's been marked and received as Exhibit 57. Is this an overhead picture of your property in Cottage Grove?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So your house, you can barely see the roof right there. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's in the wooded
so
area.
fucking hungry.
Okay.
My stomach
And
is
that's
just
like the
going
top
off.
half,
I don't.
almost
You
right
guys
in the
might
middle
be able
of
to
Exhibit
hear it.
57. And this is a barn or a shed?
Yeah, it's an old tobacco shed.
Okay. And right here, this is a pool?
Yes.
Okay. And all of this wooded
Wisconsin
area.
tobacco. I thought
Is
that
that
it
your
needed to be
property?
a fair deal
Yes.
warmer than
And there's
Wisconsin
more
to
property
grow
over
tobacco.
here that's not shown.
True. That's correct.
What
I would
on
love
that
to grow
property.
tobacco. Tobacco flowers
the part
smell
that's
so
unseen?
nice.
Yeah.
It's one of the
all
nicest
grassy
smells I've
area.
ever
It's in
smelled.
a CRP program, a set-aside program, so it's just for wildlife.
So it's like wildflowers. Some people might describe it as like a briar, like little bushes.
Yeah, there's actually wild raspberries and things that can grow in there, right?
Before July 4th weekend, how many times approximately had Chandler been out to your property?
Ooh, I couldn't say exactly. I could give you an estimate.
Sure,
You
an
know what?
estimate is just fine.
Like 10 or 12 times, maybe.
Okay. And did he ever come out there prior to the July 4th weekend by himself, or was he always with somebody else?
He always was with someone else. He'd never come out there alone before that I'm aware of.
Okay. And generally,
Doesn't
I
Midal
assume
have
that was his
ibuprofen in
girlfriend,
it?
Kat?
Mothman's cousin?
Yeah, she was always with him.
Okay. And
Love the
prior to
smell of
July
pipe tobacco,
4th
me too,
weekend,
and cigars.
what
I just
understanding
love
did you
tobacco
have
smells, but the
as
tobacco
far as
flower,
what Chandler did for a living?
it's a weird.
Well, what
It's
I
weird.
understood is he'd gotten a
It
job
smells
at
like
American Family.
regular
He was
tobacco, but
working
like
there as far as I knew.
I mean, obviously, it is regular tobacco.
And did you have any understanding as if he was attending school or not?
God, I can't. I
wasn't
can't
sure-
fucking
knew he
think of
had
how
been in school,
to.
but I didn't know if he was going to school recently, but I knew he was in school. He was getting ready to graduate.
What's the word I'm looking for? Fuck's sake. I can't. I just
Do you
cannot
see
fucking
Chandler Halderson over the July 4th
communicate right now. I'm just
Yes.
like completely
And
short circuiting. I'm so
What day
sorry.
did you see him?
Tobacco smells similar
Sunday.
to the
So
tobacco
July
that you would
4th
smell
itself.
like if you broke open a cigarette. It smells. The tobacco flower smells so
How
much
did
like that,
Mr. Halderson
but like
behave on that day?
more floral. As
Well, he
stupid and obvious as that
Kinda
sounds,
seemed a little
and
not-
less
not
like
himself.
chemical
Does that
Can
make
you
sense?
describe
and
that?
dried.
What
Like
do
you know
you
how when
mean
you
by that?
dry a chili or something, it smells
He just
a weirder
seemed
sweet
kind of off. Like
than it. Greener is a really good way to
Kinda
put it.
weird,
Actually, Bungie Fox.
Okay.
Greener is a
I
great
mean, I
way to
remember
put it.
asking him how he
Tobacco
felt,
flowers
'cause I
smell
just kinda
amazing.
see
I would love to be able to just
Okay.
grow
You asked
it.
him how he felt.
but
What did you remember how he
illegal.
responded?
yeah, he just said, "Oh, you know, I'm doing okay, or I'm doing the best that I can," and because he had an accident, he fell down the stairs or something. So I thought maybe it was because of the accident that he was acting off.
Sure. Was he displaying any physical symptoms on July 4th?
Not that I saw, no.
Okay. Was
Yeah,
he
today.
wearing
Yeah,
a
today I
necklace
learned.
all on July 4th
I
when
definitely
you saw
thought
him?
that my doll had ibuprofen in it.
Did he
Ibuprofen and caffeine.
Act in any way
I
that he
take
seemed
it
like
because I get
disabled.
awful,
Did he have any trouble walking?
awful
or anything
cramps.
like that?
No, I didn't notice that.
Okay.
No, I believe you. I was the one that was
Did
I
you
mean,
have
I
any
haven't
one-on-one
confirmed it. I didn't look it up.
with
I believe
Chandler
you.
on July 4th?
Yes.
I just realized that
about
I
that.
like was operating under the
Well,
assumption
shortly
that it was
after,
ibuprofen all this time.
He was done eating. The kids were sitting at
Oh,
the table
sleep
in my
ninja.
family room, and they'd gotten up.
To
and
be
I was
fair,
kinda
medication
walking
names
towards the
is
kitchen,
fucking
and he approached me and
expert
asked
mode,
me
hey?
if he could have my phone number, my personal phone number, because he wanted to know if he could come and use the pool.
Okay. Did you give him your number?
Yeah, I gave him my cell number, and I also gave him my landline,
Okay.
because I don't always answer my cell phone, and I don't have voicemail on my cell phone.
Okay. Did you guys have any further discussion on that day?
I don't recall.
Okay. So obviously, prior
Isn't
to July
naproxen
4th,
just
he didn't
the
have your
like
number to your
UK name
Not to
for
my knowledge, I didn't give it to
acetaminophen?
him.
Okay. And in all fairness, when you hung out with Chandler prior to July 4th, it was always with other people,
Yes,
namely Dulce and her family.
correct.
Fuck if I know. Yeah, fair enough.
As of July 4th, did you have any knowledge about the whereabouts of Chandler's parents?
No, I didn't even know their names.
Did you know whether or not, had you heard any stories or anything about them being missing at this point?
No.
Naproxen is a different NSAID. Okay.
Um,
I didn't know that.
Let's fast forward to the next day, Monday, July 5th. Did you have any interactions with Chandler on Monday, July 5th?
Yes.
What's the first interaction you had with Chandler on that day?
The first interaction was I opened up my window. I live in a 2-story, and I saw a car in my driveway. I came in from outside to get a drink of water, and I saw a car, and I didn't recognize the car.
She sounds like
Someone
she's
was standing in
already
my driveway, and
crying.
it was Chandler. So I
Okay.
opened the window because he was kind of standing holding his phone and
Acetaminophen
looking
is also known as
around, and
paracetamol.
so I
Yeah,
opened the
yeah,
window, and
yeah.
I asked him if he was okay. And he said, yeah. And I said, are you here to use the pool? And he said, yeah, would that be all right? And I said, yeah, sure.
That's what
Were
I
you
was thinking
expecting
of, I
Chandler
guess.
that day?
No.
I know, Matt. How are you? It's so good to see you.
All right. So
Hi.
Do you remember about what time he showed up to use your pool? Just
Everybody know
approximate,
Matt is
if
one
you
of my
remember.
IRL
It was
friends
in the
that I adore
afternoon.
very
just remember
much.
coming in.
Everybody
It was really
say
hot
hi.
that day. I was working on a project. And so I came in to get a drink of water, so it was probably mid-afternoon-ish, I would say.
Okay. And what was Chandler like when you talked to him right there about using the pool? Was there anything noteworthy?
You mean when he was in the driveway?
Yeah.
Well, he just looked a little kind of...
You're allowed to take medicine with you when you travel, Mothman's cousin,
That's
so you
why I
can
was
get all the
trying to do it,
medicine that
'cause
you
he
would
kept
need
looking
before going on your
around
trip.
and
If that is
holding his
any
phone and,
encouragement, I highly encourage other people to
Like I said, I was just a little startled because I'm like, who's here? You know?
experience other cultures.
Your property's pretty remote.
Yeah, it is.
And your
As much as they
property, just to
can.
clear things up, is in
It
Dane County,
makes you a better
Wisconsin?
person.
Correct.
So what happened after you told Chandler he could use the pool?
Well,
Just got back
he
from taking care of the
drove up,
dad.
you
And I'm
know,
just
'cause
chilling, about to play a game. Well,
I
that
live
is
on a
so
hill, and
exciting.
when you come to the driveway, it's kind
how's
of
your
in the
dad
middle of
doing?
the
Is he
hill, and
okay?
so you have to drive further up the hill to where the pool is. So he drove up there.
Okay. Did you see at this time when he was going to use the pool, did you see at this time where he parked?
No, I did not see where he had parked at that time.
Okay. All right. So do you guys have any further discussion before he goes to use the pool?
Hydrate. I can do that.
He
Thank you so
did
much for
come
looking out
down
for me, G
to
Squala. I
where was
appreciate you.
working on my
Oh, all my
project,
ice
which was
melted.
Putting on a ramp on my deck. I was putting a ramp so that my father and my brother could get up and down the deck in their on the scooter and the wheelchairs.
Okay.
And so when I was working on that, he
Yes, like in
come
biker.
down. There's a hill that leads down to my house.
Ow.
And he'd come walking down that hill. And then we had a conversation.
What did you guys talk about?
Well, he was telling me about
My
his
mom has been listening and is
accident.
wondering who is
He
in trouble
said
and
he was
why.
at a doctor's appointment.
This court case is
And
for
so he was
Chandler
talking to me
Halderson.
about what the
He
doctor had
is
said and what was
a
going on.
young man
Did he
that
tell you
killed
when
his
that
parents in
appointment had
Wisconsin summer of last year.
I don't remember.
His trial and sentencing and stuff just concluded
did
last
he say
week,
occurred?
and we're just watching the
Well,
trial
he
footage.
told me that he had like damage, and I
He's
asked
hanging
him
in there.
where, and he
Just
said
has a very
in this
big
area of his
surgery
head,
on his spine to cut out some
in the
tumors.
back of his
Ugh.
head, and
Miserable.
You put your
We're
hand
wishing
right
him
above
our
the
very
top of
best.
your
I know
neck.
it's a
back here, yeah.
Okay.
not
the back
even
of
a
his head.
small comfort, but
Did he elaborate on
I'll
what
be
that damage
thinking
was?
of all of
Well,
you.
he said it wasn't good. That
And by
he
all of
might
you, I
have
mean
to do
both of
some
you.
surgery or something.
All two
and
of you.
that He said he was having trouble, like with numbers.
very welcome,
and
like
he
him,
said he
biker.
got lost. He had to use a GPS.
You did not have to redeem a highlight for that, you sweet boy.
Wasn't thinking so well.
Okay.
Of
Did you
course.
guys discuss anything
No, ma'am.
besides just his physical health?
Yeah, I asked him, how he was, overall doing and about his job, because he said he was getting a new job in Florida.
Have a
and
good
I
night,
asked him
like and
about
biker. It was
that,
good to
like,
see you. Have a good night, like
What
and
did he
biker's
say?
mom.
Well, he said that he probably wasn't going to get the job, that some manager had told him that it wasn't going to work out because of his injury, that
That's
he wasn't
sweet,
able to
but
work. And then I
he was
asked him
watching with his
about
mom.
maybe he could go back to American Family, and he
I asked
said
earlier
no,
and he was,
he
oh,
didn't.
I'm sorry.
He said that wouldn't happen. He wouldn't be able to do that. So he seemed concerned.
I'm so sorry. When
about,
you have my undivided
maybe
attention
not
like
having
that,
a
though,
job
when
and
I've
what was
already
he gonna do,
responded
and
to you
I
saying
asked
doxy,
him,
I'll
know,
refund your
He
points.
talked to his parents, maybe.
Long and the
he
short of
talked
it,
to
I'll
them,
refund
or,
your points.
You know, things like that, just
shouldn't
to
have
try
to
to reassure him,
spend
because he
on
just seemed
asking
upset
me a
about
question. I'm
this news
sorry.
that he had gotten from the doctor.
Sure. And what did he respond to that?
To what?
I'm sorry, to talk to the idea of
Have a good night,
talking
bud.
to his parents about his job and health.
And he said, no, they're still up north. And I just says, well, you know, maybe
Well, there
it
was a
would help
chance of
you
him
to
being
talk to him.
paralyzed and he can
his
walk, so I think it
response
was a
is, he
success.
says, no,
Fuck
they'll
yeah.
just be mad.
That's what we like to hear.
Which seemed odd to me, why his parents would be upset with him, that he was hurt and
That is
couldn't work.
definitely what we like to hear.
You know, it just seemed odd to me.
Okay. How long do you think this conversation took place?
Oof. I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right. What happened after the conversation?
Well, I think, I'm trying to remember, Dulce showed up. She'd come, I wasn't expecting her, but she had come to the house, and she came through the house. We were sitting on the deck, and she came and was like, what's going on? And I said, oh, well, I'm just chatting with Chandler here. And I guess he doesn't have such good news. And then she came out and sat down and asked what was going on. And then we started to kind of go back over what him and I had talked about to explain to her what was happening.
Sure. And the jury's already had the opportunity to hear from Dulce, so I don't need you to repeat anything that she said.
Okay.
But what kind of happened next in the events of
Well, then he
that day?
went to go use the pool, because before he'd come down and I'd asked him, how was the pool? He didn't answer. And so he said he was going to go back to use the pool. And then Dulce and I continued to talk because we just felt something was a little odd, so we were concerned, and her and I had a conversation about him of what was going on.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
Well, I kind of got irritated. It was so hot, and I wanted to go swimming, and I was waiting for him to be done using the pool so I could go jump in the pool. And so I was getting impatient and waiting, wondering what was taking him so long. So I said, look, I'm going to go get in the pool. I'm done. I'm hot and I'm tired and I want to go cool off. And she said, okay. So she went to go get her suit, and then her and I have this little riding lawnmower. And so we got on the riding lawnmower to go up to tell him, hey, we're going to go swimming now. And when we got up there, he wasn't in the pool, and the cover was still on the pool. And
Okay, so hold on. The pool has a cover.
yeah, I have like a solar. It heats up. It helps get the water warm, so it just lays flat on the top.
Sure.
So it's got like a little bubble.
And obviously you have to remove said cover to get into the pool.
Yeah, there's times I got lazy where I could fold it over
Girlfriend
just
and
to
mom,
get in.
say hi.
but I
Hi, mom and
usually like to take it off
girlfriend.
so I could have the whole
Was it
pool.
folded over so
You look
somebody
very
could get
beautiful
in at all?
today.
No.
All right. So the covers on the pool is Chandler in sight when you're over by the pool.
I don't think I've ever seen a
Okay.
picture of your
And
girlfriend,
just-
but I know for sure what I just said about your mom
Exhibit
has to be true.
57,
That
here's the
woman is
pool, the round blue.
breathtaking.
This is
She's
an
so
aerial
pretty.
photo, so it almost just looks like a dot.
Right, that's the pool area.
Okay, so what do you do next?
Well, when we drove up and you could kind of see no one was in the pool, and I didn't see, I was looking for him, and then when I looked to my right, when we came up the hill, I had the doors open in the shed.
Must be where you get it from,
And I could
Nomad.
see through the shed that his car was parked on the other side of the shed.
All right, can you
Oh shit,
approach
did I
exhibit
hear that there was a
57
pool cover?
here and
There was
kind
a
of
pool
point to
cover,
where you
and it
saw
had not been
Chandler's vehicle?
removed when they came down after he had been supposedly using the pool for half an hour by himself.
You could. Okay, thank you. So he was parked kind of near, this is some wood and an oil drum.
Yeah, there's a pile of timber logs, and then it's like my scrap junk pile for metal and things.
Fair. And it's kind of near the wooded line here. Okay. All right. So I'm not the best estimator, Judge. I would say 4 inches south of the barn, maybe 1 inch above the oil tank on Exhibit 57 is the area that the witness pointed.
That seems to be a fair description, yes.
Okay. I'm going to have you sit down just so we can hear you nice and loud on that microphone.
Okay.
So what do? You see his, oh, well, hold on one second. Do you remember what kind of vehicle he was driving that day?
It was like a little station wagon, like a hatchback.
Okay.
It might have been a Subaru, I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you know, was the hatch open, closed, something else?
The back hatch.
She's
the
kind of
back was
shouty.
open.
Stop.
Okay.
Wait, do I need to, are
all right,
you
so
okay?
that's where
Am
you
I
observe
doing
the
something
car,
bad?
The back hatch, or if you're not a
Do
car
I need to, like,
person
turn
like
it
me,
down?
you say the trunk was open. What do you do?
Well, yeah, because we go and he's not in the pool, and we see the car, and then I'm like, what the heck is going on? What is he doing? And I said, well, I'm going to go over and
Just complaining about her.
Dulce
Okay.
was
Yeah, fair
like,
enough.
we were like, what's he doing? You know, what is going on?
Sure.
So we drove over to see if he was in the back of the car. Was he sleeping? What was he doing? Was he smoking weed or something? We didn't know. So we drove over there and with the mower and approached, and I drove to the back of the car because the back end was backed towards me.
Okay, so the back end was facing closer to the barn or the oil drum?
Yeah, the audio is clipping or whatever.
Towards me. The front end was facing the shed.
Oh, towards you right now.
Yes, towards
Okay,
me
so
right
toward
now.
the woods, towards the wood
Yeah, so
line,
it's facing
the
this way.
trunk hatch is up.
Very nearly done with
we
this
drove in the mower
skein of
and
yarn.
drove to the back of the car because I thought maybe he was in
Look
the
at
back
it.
of the
It's
car,
almost
taking a
done.
nap or I don't know. And we look in there and there wasn't anything in the car that we could see.
Okay, and at this point, you see the car, it's empty, or there's no Chandler in it. Do you see Chandler anywhere on your property?
No, because then we stopped and we're like, what the heck? We're looking around. What's he doing? Where is he? And you know, Dulce was kind of upset at that moment because she's thinking maybe he's doing drugs or something. She was really upset, thinking, well, he's doing drugs or something. What the hell's he doing? So I said, I don't know, but I'm done. I'm going to get in the pool. I just was hot and irritated and just didn't want to deal with it. And so I said, I'm going to the pool. So we left and drove and parked the mower
Placed
by
fourth
the
in
pool.
Fortnite
Okay, so
after
you
the
took
initial
your
wave of four
mower,
players trying to kill me
drove
right away. I
back
spent the next
over
15
by the
minutes jumping up
pool
and down on a
parked
tire.
and then proceeded and got in the pool.
Holding a shiny
Okay.
purple chicken.
So you're in the
Congratulations,
pool.
bud.
When is the next time you see Chandler?
Do you want me to show you on that map?
Absolutely, I would love that.
Yeah, this lady just wants to be fucking left alone.
Why don't you do it and then I'll say it again so it's in the mic.
We were in the pool, and I'd say it was right approximately in this area. He was walking this way towards us, coming towards us. I thought maybe he was going to the car, but then he passed the car and kept coming towards us.
Okay, so why don't you sit and I'll try to say it again in the mic. So you saw him, you kind of pointed, there's some white, I don't know what that is. It
I
might
don't
just
know.
be
Oh,
wood.
those are old beehives.
Oh, okay,
I got
so-
a bunch of beehives that I cleaning out my shed, and they were old, and I just threw them out there.
Okay, was he kind of coming from that area?
Yeah, he was walking like that direction, like towards that way, yeah, coming
All right,
that way.
and his car was here, but he walked past his car, you said,
Yes.
and then walked over by
Oh,
the
yarn
pool?
colors are out. Me too.
Okay.
This is a
Remember what he was
beautiful,
wearing?
Beautiful little scarf. I'm
like
psyched
baggy
on it.
shorts.
I just feel bad about how much cat hair is, and I'm gonna have
had
to
a
do
shirt on,
like
I thought,
a
before,
bunch of
and when he
lint
came back,
remover.
he didn't have a shirt.
So when he was
Case
approaching the
thingies
pool,
over
coming
it.
out of the wooded area, no shirt.
Right.
Okay. All right, so he's approaching the pool. Does he actually get up to the pool?
Yeah, he came up to the pool, and I said, "Hey, Chandler, I don't have a shirt on."
Sure.
Because I go shirtless in my pool. That's kind of why I was waiting for him to leave, because I wanted to have the privacy to get in my pool.
Sure. Okay. You tell him you don't have a shirt on. What happens next?
And he said, "Well, if it would be all right, I'd like to get in the pool. I'm kind of sticky and I'm hot." And I remember looking at Dulce because I want to be respectful, and I said, "Well, I don't have a problem with it, Dulce, if you don't." And she just kind of was shrugged, and I kind of could tell she didn't really like it, but she just kind of turned and was sort of like, whatever. And so I said, okay. And so then I kind of turned and he got in the pool. And he went to the east side of the pool and we kind of went to the west side of the pool.
Okay, and was he actively swimming or something
No,
else?
he just kind of dipped up and down and kind of was like washing, like himself off. He said it was kind of
She does look a little like
scratchy,
Gary
on his
Busey,
walk,
hey?
and It was itchy and sticky, so he was just kind of like,
So
No hate.
You did a motion with your hands, and you
he
said the
kinda
word
was,
wash.
Yeah, like he'd dunk down, and then he'd kind of like, be doing like this and dunk down and kind of.
Now I can't unsee
Kind of
it,
washing
like straight up.
himself, rinsing himself off.
Yeah, and then
Uh-oh.
it was odd because he just seemed really different when he got in the pool from when he was talking to us before.
Different how?
Well, he seemed more lucid, like he just seemed more present.
Did you say present or pleasant?
Present,
Thank
like
you.
focused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. What happened next?
Well, then Dulce was starting to ask him questions because I think she was concerned maybe he was doing some drugs, and I think she just wanted to sort of
Yeah,
see
Bardic
if he
Muse
was.
is
So she started asking him questions.
very
and
bad form.
things like that to see how he would respond. Because while he was gone and we were in the pool, that's what she spoke to me mostly about, is what's going on with him. I'm worried. I don't know why he's acting this way. What's he doing? And so
Just to clear this up, though, no paraphernalia or any evidence of drugs was ever found.
no, ever.
Okay.
And he admitted, that was one of the questions. She says, if you're doing drugs, Chandler, I'm telling you right now, that's a deal breaker. And if you ever come, and he said, I will never, ever bring drugs to the house, or I don't do drugs. He, you know, she
Okay, I just wanted to clear that
Yeah,
up.
she confronted him about that.
Okay. What happens next?
Well, we just started talking, you know, she was worried, where was he gonna stay? Because he thought he lost his job, and she was offered to say he could stay maybe at her house in town for a while if he needed to.
Pardon me, I have to interrupt here. This is all hearsay.
Agreed. I'll go ahead and ask to rephrase the question, and those last responses
Sure.
fall in that category.
Outside of specifics of the conversation, how long was Chandler in the pool?
Nice, right?
Oh, maybe 15 minutes-ish, roughly.
That's
All right.
unfortunate.
And at some point, does he get out of the pool first, or do you?
Annoyed for
Oh,
this.
he
woman's
got out
insane.
first. He said he was in a hurry. He had to go.
Not to mention he's
That
getting like
Catherine
dead
was
body
getting
filth
dinner or
all up in
something,
their
and
pool.
So he was like on a mission and had to like, let's go, and he got out and went to the car and drove off.
Okay. And his car that he went to was over there by the oil tank near the wood line?
Right.
All right. I just want to back up here a second. You said at first, when you first talked with him on the deck when you were working on a project with Dulce, he then left to supposedly go swimming, and then you didn't see him until he walked out of the wood line later. About what was the time gap between there? Between the time he said, I'm going to go to the pool, and the time he actually went to the pool?
The first time or the second time? Or all together? Because there
All
was,
together. So the time you were on the deck working on your project.
and he showed up until
Right.
the time
and
he
then
left.
From the time he left you at the deck area until you saw him walk out of the wooded area.
Oh.
About what was the time frame in there?
I'm guesstimating, you know, maybe 45 minutes, an hour-ish, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Fast digger.
guesstimate. It was a while. It just to me it seemed forever because I wanted to get in the pool.
Sure.
So it just seemed like a long time.
And then after he got out of the pool, he got into his vehicle.
Give us
and
your
drove
best
home.
fart noise. Yo.
Now, later that day, did you
Okay,
find
hold
out that he actually had attempted to contact you prior to coming to your property?
Yeah. It was blinking on my landline. And so I pressed it, and then a name came up, and I didn't know I didn't recognize the name, and
That's
then
for you,
I
Dee Dee.
heard Chandler's voice. So he had left me a message, but I didn't realize it until after he'd come and gone.
Were the body
and I
parts
listened to
buried?
it
The
later.
legs, I believe,
So he
were
left
what was
you a
found.
message or a voicemail.
Yeah, and saying he wanted to come and could he come and use the pool?
And did you turn that message or voicemail over to the Dane County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, I did.
And did you turn over a true and accurate copy of that message?
Yes, it's still on
Welcome
it's still
back,
on
Luke.
there right now.
Okay. I would at this time move Exhibit 64 into evidence.
No objection.
It is received.
No, it's just these two women that own this pool, and then his girlfriend.
And I would ask to publish the message to the jury.
Who is one of, not this woman, but the previous woman's daughter. Nice, Barry. Coming through clutch. The Monstro Squirts one is really good, too.
Is this supposed to be going on? Okay.
The screen in front of you shows what the jury's seeing.
Okay.
No?
All right, thank you.
Gonna assume X, yeah, now.
Hi, Beth, this is Chandler. I just got back with some pretty terrible news from my doctor, so I was wondering if I could come by. I don't know, take a couple laps to the pool or hang out, something. I'm not having the most ideal day, I suppose.
He
So call me
sounds
back,
like he's from Wisconsin.
920-838-4549. Thank you. Bye.
Monday, 4:25 p.m.
And this was message 116.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really wish they would just leave the thumb drive plugged in.
On July 7th, the next day, that Tuesday.
Like,
did you
why
receive
would they
any
not put all
communication
of
from
the
Chandler?
evidence onto an
Not
external
directly
hard
from
drive
Chandler,
and
no.
just leave that?
But I'd heard otherwise that he was trying to come out, and I was having trouble with my phone for some reason, wasn't working my landline, and I was kind of feeling stressed and didn't really want to deal with anybody at the farm that day.
All right, and so did Chandler end up coming out on the 7th?
No.
Or, I'm sorry, that's the 7th, okay. Later in the course of this investigation, various items were found on your property that you were made aware of. Is that fair?
Yes.
I think there's going to be some upsetting evidence up ahead here.
Let me inquire, counsel. I think the jury entered at 8:45. We're a little over 90 minutes long. This might be a good moment to break.
Sure, that's
Just because we're moving into another subject area.
Sure.
And we still have cross-examination. I don't want to tax everybody further than about 90 minutes plus 10. So we'll take our morning break at this point, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll come back in 15 minutes.
All rise for the jury.
All right, I am going to go ahead and find the end of this break.
Good morning, everyone. This is James Langer, the Digital Content Manager for Channel 3000.
Callista Chan! I'll pause really quick. What do you awful women want? It hasn't said it yet,
you.
but it will. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it so much. Hi, I'm Zero Doxy. I do crochet and creepy stuff. We are currently watching the footage of the Chandler Halderson homicide trial. He murdered his parents and dismembered them and sprinkled their body parts all across the land. Anyway, this is what we're doing. I have all kinds of links and stuff
with
that
dignity,
I can.
giant toddler.
Callista_Chan has entered the chat.
It said walk with dignity, you giant toddler, instead of what do you awful women want. That's a rare one. Mello, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it so much. You know that feeling that you get when you're just a little bit too cold and you're reaching for the door handle to your home and then you open the door and a blast of warm air greets you? That's the feeling that I just got from you following my channel. Thank you so much for being my winter warmth. Okay, I will go ahead and unpause. Thank you so much for the raid, Callista.
Show you a series
How are you?
of pictures of things found on your property and talk to you about those.
Hi, babe. Is it time for me to be done?
Your food is ready.
Okay, are you going live right now though?
I don't, not necessarily. I'm ready whenever you are. I'll put it that way.
Are you going live right now?
First, I'm going to show you what has been marked.
Yeah, go ahead and go live, and then I'll raid you. Tossing them off to you before I do Neon Divide in an hour. Have fun.
Yeah, you absolutely.
Thank you so much. We in a little bit here. It'll probably take him half an hour to set up if I had to guess. We're going to be rating Josiah, who's doing a mini painting stream. He has all the Dark Souls, really all the FromSoft minifigures to paint. And he's really good at mini painting. So it's very fascinating to watch. And also he's just like a cool dude. That's why he's my partner.
Did you keep a Rubbermaid or black rubber garbage can?
My power was out for about 2 to 3 days. Ugh, so awful. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you got it back too, but that,
I don't know if it's fuel oil or gas.
No fun.
For scrap. I just haven't took it to the salvage yard yet.
Okay. Did you keep any tools?
I do have
in
standards.
Exhibit 59?
In there?
Yes.
No.
What is picture?
Ooh, what color is the side of his hand going to get painted today?
That's
Maybe gold
the
or
entrance to my
silver.
driveway, and
Lots of armor
I
to
don't
do.
recognize the car. There's a bag, and that's where I keep my recycling and my trash.
And that bag appears to be a Target bag.
I think so. I'm not sure.
And 61 is a close-up of the same.
Right.
Oh, just so you guys know, this murder trial, there is going to be pictures of dead bodies. I'm going to try really hard to not show them on stream, but I am an imperfect person. If I'm not given ample warning, it might flash on screen for a minute. If that is not for you,
Yes.
I understand. See you later.
Right. Well,
But
my
I'm going to
brother,
do
when
my
he was at
very,
assisted
very
living at the
best
time.
to make sure that you don't have to see that.
So your father, it would take great effort to go and throw anything away outside.
No, he couldn't.
State at this time would move exhibits 58 through 63 into evidence.
Any objection?
None.
Are they allowed to have that on YouTube? It's a news source.
About these in a minute, but if you want to just look through those. And
Like, this was just a live portrayal of a court case, you know?
And Ms. Lasai, the little screen in front of you will have what I'm showing the jury.
My yarn is being so fucking annoying right now. It's a disaster. Why don't I just go ahead and screen this here? Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to pause this and pull it over to here. Okay, I didn't see any. Obviously, fucking. You guys just saw everything. Oh, also, you're seeing my fucking knitting shit now. Oh my god. Never mind, you didn't see a thing.
Looks better now, though.
Why does it look better now?
Well, yeah, because I
Hold
cleaned
on,
it
let me
out.
fix it. I'm
I
so
got a
sorry,
big
everyone.
Dumpster. Been meaning to do it for some years now. I didn't get through it because I got a little upset there for a second.
That's okay. But 66 through 70 are pictures of your barn before you cleaned it out.
That's correct.
And 71 through 74 are pictures of something that you later found in your barn during the cleanout.
That's right.
Okay. I would move to admit pictures 66 through 74.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
They are received.
Yeah, I'm learning to knit. I'm not as good at knitting as I am at
Well, you
crochet
have
by a lot.
Identified the exhibits and testified about them. The ability to publish them to the jury requires the state to go through them with you again, but with the jury able to see those photos at this time.
Okay, thank you.
It's never perfect because of the glare, but
Golly.
this is the garbage can
No.
And how would you describe Exhibit 59?
It's an old fuel tank that's been sitting there for a while. We're going to take it to salvage, and you have to cut a hole in there so that they know you don't fill it with concrete or something, so they want to look in there.
Okay. And again, you didn't keep anything such as tools inside of it.
No.
And Exhibit 60, is that a picture at the end of your driveway?
Right.
And is this where you...
It looks like they're not showing most of it,
Yeah, it's where I put the
actually,
trash
which
and
is
recycling.
new.
Now, during the time of this, in the first week of July...
Unless I just, like, missed
did
it?
you have an experience of your garbage cans being moved?
No, not that I'm aware of. I don't recall. I don't even know if I took trash out that week.
Okay. So you do not recall a day when they may have been at the road and then somebody put them back?
No, I'm not aware of that.
That's okay.
But that could have happened, just meaning because Dulce sometimes, like if the trash is out and she goes out, sometimes she'll put it back and I don't know about it. That could have happened. I don't know.
Sure, fair enough. But there's a...
Bungee Fox, I do a lot of tutorials too. If it helps you to
No.
feel close to your
I would-
grandmother,
I
I'm
would've
very
put it in the
happy to
trash.
teach you some stuff. Tonight is bad, but we do a lot. We do a lot of crochet and learn stuff on the channel. We're very patient. We
Right.
encourage questions.
All right, and then I showed you Exhibit 62, stuff that was found inside of that garbage bag.
Okay, so this is like blood and stuff.
No.
And Exhibit 63, just them separated out.
No bodies though.
Moving on, Exhibit 66. How would you describe Exhibit 66?
Well, that's the north side of my shed. And my little lawnmower.
And Exhibit 67?
Yeah, it's just showing you the entrance there on the north side.
Exhibit 68.
Yep, that's the messy shed.
Exhibit 69, more the same.
Right.
Exhibit 70. There's an item here along the back wall, kind of by some boards.
Okay,
Yeah,
everybody,
there's
it's
there's a
time.
bird
It's
bath
time. We're gonna
there.
go ahead and go raid Dungeon Dad. I would love it so much if I could get you all to be super active in chat. Everybody, just say what you wish your shoe size was. Bonus points if you say what your shoe size actually is. Babe, are you laughing at me?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you. You have to get them engaged.
I wish my shoe size was 500.
That's a good shoe size. All right. Don't forget we launched our Patreon today. If you have any interest in that, just go ahead and look at that at patreon.com/ZER0DOXY. Here, let me pull up face cam here. We have a Discord that you can join. I always am going to anyway announce when I go live there. It's every weeknight at around like 8 p.m. Atlantic time. It's discord.gg/fartslide. And then if you want to follow me on Twitter, I also always announce there when I'm going live, which is just twitter.com/ZER0DOXY. Thank you all so much for all of your support today. You're amazing. I will see you on Monday. We will pick up right here. I will probably back up this testimony a little bit, but I am so appreciative of you guys. This past week has been really amazing. Thank you. Let's head over to Dungeon Dad now, and I will see you guys on Monday. Hi, babe.
Is it cool if I pull the camera?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm about to raid right now, so get ready to go talk to them, okay? Oh my God, you guys can hear me. You're not supposed to be able to.